protect your soul.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
Hello and welcome, and I must say the weather couldn't be any better. It's a very pleasant night for football here at the Etihad Stadium. I'm Derek Ray, joined here in the commentary position as always by Lee Dixon. And it's all about action from the Premier League in this case. It is Manchester City up against Crystal Palace.
Yeah, thanks Derek. Should be a good game this one. I always wanted to start the game on the front foot, fast play, force the opposition to respond. Hopefully we get that from the start of this match.
I must say, Lee, respect and admiration grows for Kevin De Bruyne with each passing year. So many attributes. What are you looking for from the Belgian in this game?
Well, if I'm a teammate of this lad, I want to get the ball to him as often as I can because he's a safe pair of hands. Give him the ball, normally something happens. The link-up play between the different departments of the team is second to none.
And so the starting 11 for Manchester City. Ederson between the posts. Fernandinho starts alongside İlkay Gündoğan in central midfield. And the centrepiece of the attack today is Gabriel Jesus. Well, this is the team Crystal Palace have picked. It looks like a conventional 4-4-2.
A preferred formation by Arsene Wenger when he arrived at Arsenal. Two main strikers, four across the midfield. Really important for the fullbacks to link up with the wide midfielders in this system.
Potentially exciting 90 minutes here, and Manchester City get the ball rolling. Oh, lovely ball. And the goalkeeper up to the task.
Well, yeah, it's a decent save, but if he lets that in, you'd be asking questions.
And he's fired over the corner. Fractionally over the top. And they've bought themselves a bit of time. And he could be in proper trouble here. Keeper getting the touch. Gündoğan. Strong play here on the shielding front. Can he make it count? And a goal! Not bad for starters. They take an early lead.
Well, here's the goal again, and it's a great ball to put him through. But most of the blame has to be levelled at the goalkeeper. You're coached as a youngster to always protect your near post, and he just didn't do that and paid the price. Well, I think the coach can feel the game slipping away here. He's showing his frustration on the sidelines.
Joao Cancelo. Well, that ball looks promising. De Bruyne threading it through. And there it is, the goal they wanted for security. They lead by 2 now. They can breathe that bit more easily.
Well, let's look at this again. We've all hit these in training. First time, bang in the back of the net. Look at the calmness of it. Technique, brilliant.
Well, the goal again, albeit from a different angle.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall in that dressing room if it stays like this, Derek. He's not happy. Just look at him.
Klein. James Tompkins. Well, he needs to be careful here. Is this the moment? Well, they can say a big thank you to the goalkeeper. That was inspirational.
Well, that's as good as a goal at the other end. Brilliant save from the keeper.
Favouring the short one. Into the middle from Bernardo Silva. Well off target. Didn't have an awful lot of space to work with, however. Oh, he's given it away. Milivojevic. Could reduce the deficit. And he does. There is hope for them, despite the adversity they suffered earlier.
Well, there's all types of goals, spectacular headers, overhead kicks. This is a simple one, but it still adds up to a goal on the score sheet.
Well, let's take another look at that goal, shall we?
Well, he won't be happy with that. They've dropped their intensity for sure.
Well, as they kick off again, 2-1 the current state of affairs.
Number 11, Wilfried Zaha.
Well, very effective goalkeeping to touch it over. 1 goal down, but now a corner kick. Over it comes. It hasn't come to very much. De Bruyne. Fernandinho. Really nice ball. A goal! That's 2 for him today. They simply can't stop him. No wonder he's celebrating.
Well, here's the replay, and the ball over the top is an absolute beauty. And it's good, solid technique to get his header on target, but it's only because of the lack of challenge from the defenders. Really poor, that is, I have to say.
they keep working away, looking for passing lanes. There it is! The goals keep coming. No stopping them today.
Well, I love to see goals like this. Just look, 1 and 2 touches. As they get close down, they move the ball on really quickly. It's a team goal in the end. A brilliant, brilliant effort.
Well, you've got to say, an incredible first-half performance. That scoreline tells you all you need to know.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Not too fussy in clearing his lines. Read it well. And there it is, the half-time whistle. Well, many will regard him as the complete midfield player, Kevin De Bruyne. And how do you shackle him? It's well nigh impossible, Lee.
Well, Derek, he's what I used to call a pest. Never lets up, always asking questions of you as a defender. Questions you don't normally have the answer to. That's why he gets so many goals.
Phil Foden now. Gabriel Jesus. It's a promising City move. He cuts it back. Well, wide in the end, albeit narrowly. How can he take them on and beat them? Dangerous looking attack. Benteke. Oh, terrific pass. There it is! A fantastic goal, and no wonder he's off celebrating.
Well, here it is again. The through ball is perfectly timed. It causes havoc. And then through on goal. Do you go for placement or do you go for power? Well, he certainly wasn't messing around, was he? Absolutely smashes it past the keeper. It's a really lovely finish.
Bernardo Silva has it. They've got it now, what can they do? Fernandinho. Gundogan. There it is! The goals keep coming. No stopping them today.
Well, we see it again here, and the pace and accuracy of this passing is a dream. And the thunderous strike to beat the keeper hands down is absolutely brilliant.
Strong play here. Fernandinho. Strength and control, a big part of his game. Can he take advantage? A goal! And I'll tell you what, on this sort of form, very few would lay a glove on them.
Well, here it is again. The through ball is perfectly timed. It causes havoc, but you do have to ask questions about the keeper. Could he have done better here? I think so. You can't keep getting beat at the near post like that.
Townsend. Milivojevic. Still could put it away, and they've only gone and applied that finishing touch. Well, the offside flag has been raised. No goal.
Well, it was close, but he just went a little bit too early.
Played into the centre of the box. No card, but the referee clearly stating that's the last warning. Oh, the post denied him. Making use of his physical strength to hang on to it. Zaha. And he was in the right place to intercept. Now can they counter clinically? De Bruyne. And return to Sterling. De Bruyne. Wide of the target, and he's going to be disappointed.
Disappointed? Wow, it's a shocker. He should be doing a lot better than that.
And that is that. Full time here and a win for City. Lee, your verdict?
Well, being potent up front gives you a great chance in any game, and they were certainly that today. Sharp, clinical, and exciting to watch for sure.
Well, his performance in this particular game will have impressed many people, Lee.
Well, clearly the difference between the two sides today. 2 goals, a really good performance, ran into the channel, did everything right. Absolutely, 9 out of 10.
Hello and welcome back to the We Are City channel, and we're back again for today's Crystal Palace versus Manchester City live stream, interactive live stream. You were watching before the stream started with us the FIFA 21 predicts episode of Manchester City versus Crystal Palace, and Dave predicted a 6-2 win for City today, a Kevin De Bruyne masterclass. And if you did miss that video, head over to the channel which you're on now and you can watch that video with us all, and you'll be able to see that 6-2 win in Kevin De Bruyne masterclass. I'm joined by my friend Dave again today. Dave, you here? How are you doing?
I'm not too bad, are you?
Yeah, I'm good. We've missed you on the two last streams.
Oh, I've not been well, so
Not been well.
Back, though. Glad to be back.
Not COVID, apparently.
No.
Dave suffering from an illness, and we managed to get a celebrity on in your absence, which is pretty big. A pretty big seat to fill with you to come in and do it. Well, a celebrity in Kent CELAIN did that, and just maybe we'll see more of Kent today, guys. We might be getting a little exclusive live bit of half-time team talk with Kent. We're not quite sure yet. Kent's on a busy schedule, so we'll see how it's going. City versus Palace, though. Big game for City. If anyone missed the Manchester United versus Liverpool game, you didn't miss anything, because absolutely nothing happened in that game. It was absolutely terrible. Manchester City versus... Manchester City versus Manchester United wasn't any better either, but the City versus Liverpool game did rival it in some way. City against Palace today and can jump into third place with a win against Crystal Palace. Second place, is it? Well, they can get all the way into second place. Wow, that is pretty impressive. City can do that, considering the form they've been in recently. Although City are on an unbeaten streak of around 14 games now, and I think they've only conceded around 2 goals.
A bit now.
City definitely are. And we lost our graphics for the last game, but the graphics are back. I've had to remake them, unfortunately. We've had a bit of a laptop malfunction. Lost everything. Lost absolutely everything. And I'm going to have to send it off to someone to try and get it fixed. And hopefully I've got actually a very nice person. I'll give them a little mention. A very nice person who's offered to try and fix the hard drive in my laptop. So a big thank you to them for doing that if they actually hear this. And onto the City game. So I've remade the graphics. Actually, they look quite good. They're just the same, but a different font. And someone like me appreciates fonts, believe it or not. So the City team on the left-hand side. Ederson starts in goal. A back four of Walker, who's back in for João Cancelo. John Stones, Ruben Diaz and Alexander Zinchenko make up the back four. Fernandinho, Ilkay Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne in the middle. And then up front, it's Gabriel Jesus leading the line with Sterling on the left and Bernardo Silva on the right. I will put up the two teams as well so you can see them both. What do you think of them? That City line, especially starting off.
Again, it looks like a double pivot, doesn't it? Again.
It does, yeah. Gundogan and Fernandinho.
I don't really know if we need that against Palace at home, but it seems to be working. We seem to get results from it, but I think the only worry really is Zinchenko at left back for me. Anyway, I'd rather have seen Cancelo in there just for the pace and sort of offering more going forward. But he's been all right when he's played in the last few weeks. So
he has,
that's the only worry really.
City have got, no one's conceded more, or no one's got more clean sheets than City this season in 8. I think Pep's finally come to this idea, you know what, we're going to build our title charge on a good defence this season, more than a good attack. And if you can beat teams by 1 goal, if you can beat teams 1-0 and you don't concede, you've only got to score 1 and that's it, you've won the game.
Well, that's it,
It's a bit pragmatic, it's a bit Jose Mourinho for my liking, but you know what, it's working, and it's not that City have, not like a Jose Mourinho side where they've completely sacrificed all attacking intent and are just terrible going forward. They've actually started to work on the offensive side of the game now, haven't they? And they've picked that up as well.
Yeah, I think defensively we've looked sound, which is odd to say that Laporte has not been in the team since November or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You would have thought with Stones being in that he might have lasted a game and then he'd have been back out again, but he's been really impressive, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think Diaz has been excellent. He's been really, really good. Been a great signing. It's just that left back position now. That's a bit worrying,
I think
really.
If City can improve that left back position and maybe, well, speaking of that, actually, news wise, City, it came out. It was on our Twitter. If you didn't see that, at We Are City MCFC, head over to our Twitter. We did break the news along with other people that City have been given apparently 200 million Pep Guardiola for next summer to improve 3 positions in the team. The 3 positions are a left back, which that must be top of the list, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
A holding midfielder, which to me signals the end of Fernandinho.
Yeah.
And a striker, which to me signals also the end of Sergio Aguero. But 3 big positions there that City can improve upon. 3 positions that they need to desperately improve upon. And if they can do that with the 200 million, I think City will have, the best side they can possibly have, don't you think? There's no more improvement they can make for this team.
No, definitely not. And in terms of like a defensive midfielder, it is time for Fernandinho to go, because I know he's good, but the more you keep him each season, he's probably got 3 seasons left in him maybe, but you get slower and slower and slower, and eventually people start thinking, oh, why is he on? And you don't want him to go out like that, do you? You want him to go out as, oh, he's been really good, not, oh, last couple of seasons he's been a bit, like David Silva was when those last few seasons, you were thinking, why is he on the pitch? Does not offer anything. You don't want that to happen, so it's probably best for him just to go now and sort of with his head held high. It'd be nice with the title win as well to sort of see him off.
Yeah, definitely.
And same with Aguero. The same situation with Aguero as well. You'd rather see some young blood sort of up front now, wouldn't you, rather than seeing him on sometimes. So we'll just have to see.
Yeah, and I mean, these people in the comments, I mean, put your suggestions in the comments, people. Who should replace Fernandinho? Who do you think should replace Fernandinho? Who should replace Sergio Aguero? I mean, there's a few names floating about. I've got Erling Haaland's always the one mentioned for the Aguero replacement. Great. And really I mean, good. Fernandinho replacement, Manuel Locatelli, that's sort of been heating up this week. There was an initial report which you thought nothing of, but the Sassuolo sporting director, Locatelli's agent, a lot of people are coming out speaking, saying, oh yeah, City are interested, but he won't move to the summer. And maybe he'll be a good sign. I can't say I've seen much of Locatelli.
No, I haven't either.
I think he's a different player to the likes of, Dennis Zakaria.
I was just about to say Zakaria, that'd be a nice one.
Or Benacer. They're all, to me, when City look at defensive midfield, you've got three players there in mention. Douglas Luiz, another one who I think is the closest thing you're ever going to find to Fernandinho. All very different sorts of players, so they could all bring something else to the team, which is a very interesting thing. And also on the Crystal Palace side, we must mention Crystal Palace going with the 4-4-2 today. As you can see on the right-hand side of your screen. No Zaha and no Benteke. Zaha's injured, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, although he did play midweek and he didn't. I don't believe he came off midweek with an injury. So unless he has picked something up in the game or in training potentially, but I haven't heard anything about him not playing. I just saw it when the lineups got released, and they're looking the way they are lining up as according to the Premier League app sort of thing. They're saying Townsend and Ayew up front. I think we thought Eze and Ayew up front, didn't we? But they seem to say Townsend. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was more of a sort of a 4-5-1 with Townsend in that midfield as well, especially
and Ayew on his own up top.
Yeah, and Ayew up top. I mean, he's not a great player, Ayew, but he can cause problems. He does seem to get in there and score scrappy little goals. And Townsend's all right. He's fast, isn't he? And that Eze is quite good. I think on Eze he's looks decent.
He's actually got 2 goals and 2 assists in 16 appearances for Crystal Palace, which is not bad for his opening season.
No,
in the Premier League.
He's only what is he, 19 or something like that? 20.
22.
Still not bad though. Still young.
What I was thinking when I saw the team use Nozar and Benteke, a big miss them two are. I mean, Benteke, a big physical force. He's not been what he used to be, but Benteke, actually looking at the stats, he's scored 3 in his last 13 games this season, and that's the same as his last 2 seasons' goals combined. So he scored more this season than he has in the last 2 seasons, which shows that he's on form. And also Wilfried Zaha, 2 assists and 8 goals in 16 appearances for Wilfried Zaha, and his higher ever goal scoring tally is 10. In 34 Premier League games in the 18-19 season. So he's only 2 off his record, actually, halfway through the season.
Yeah.
So to me, it looks like Zaha and Benteke not in the squad is really good for City. Like you said, I think Batshuayi is on the bench and Benteke is on the bench. Yeah, but there's a massive miss in Zaha.
Yeah, again, though, he's another one where he's not lived up to what he was meant to be, has he? I think United signed him and obviously something happened there. I don't know if it's sort of an attitude issue or what, but he didn't seem to last long there, did he?
No.
And I don't think it was anything to do with the sort of swapping managers. He surely must have had some sort of attitude problem or something, because he just didn't even get anywhere near the pitch. And he's not as good as a player as I think they thought they'd got. He's all right, isn't he? Like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, he's good enough for the Premier League, but Palace is probably maybe his level, that sort of mid-table.
I think he's definitely one of them that looks better in a lower team.
Yeah. But then again, would he do better in a team like City where he's got more chances? To score.
You're not sure,
he's scoring 8 goals this season already off probably minimal chances. So what would it be like if he was getting 4 or 5 chances a game each game? You don't know, do you? So I'm not saying we sign him. I don't particularly want to, but you don't know, do you? In a better team, maybe like a Southampton or something like that, where they do create a lot of chances and stuff. Someone like that, you don't know how he could do. But
the two teams are out on the pitch now. So guys, as usual, if you want to listen to us on the commentary, time your clock up with ours, with the one on Sky Sports. A little thing that I think needs to be mentioned on Crystal Palace is the fact that they could be seen as a bogey side for City this season and over previous seasons, because City haven't won any of their last 5 games against Palace. 2 of them are draws, 3 losses since 2017 with a 5-0 win at home. And Palace do tend to cause problems for City, don't they? I think Pep Guardiola himself knows that. And they could be a problem today for City.
Yeah, I mean, they're actually. It was said on when I was watching the United Liverpool game before. This actually said that Palace are undefeated in Manchester in the last 5 appearances in Manchester, both at City
Wow.
and United. Which they seem to be struggling at causing problems for United, City. I think Liverpool have lost. They said 4 games in the last home games in the last however many years, 4 years or something. 2 of them are against Palace as
Yeah.
well. So they're obviously they cause problems, don't they?
And also,
but
like, if you think
not that
you think
good.
back to the last 2 home games City have played against Palace, last season was that 2-2 draw where City worked so hard, a Sergio Aguero double that got City back into the game at 2-1. And then the last minute, this is the game, well, this is the chance for John Stones, isn't it? In that game, that was where everyone sort of gave up on John Stones. He's finished, he stepped off Zaha and allowed Zaha to cross it into Fernandinho. It was a 2-2 draw. And the season before was the one where Andros Townsend scored the absolute screamer and City lost 3-2 to Palace. So historically, City have got a bad record against Palace. And it could be a worry today, that. I think it really could be a worry for City because Palace just seem to know, I don't know if it's Roy Hodgson maybe, seem to know how to get in behind City, don't they, and how to stop them.
Yeah, I mean, Roy Hodgson gets a lot of unfair criticism. He is a good manager. He's been around a long time. And he is obviously a good manager, albeit he's never really worked at any clubs high up in the Premier League and stuff. But he seems to do all right at teams he's doing. Palace have been a mid-table side for the last few years, haven't they? And so he's obviously no muck. But it's just sort of is that about his level? But exactly, he seems to tactically get things right against City a lot. So who knows?
Well, onto the live comments as well. Just before the game kicks off, as it's about to, score predictions for today's game. Sophie says a 2-0 win for City. All football best games is a 3-1 win for City. And Gary Ramsden goes for a 3-0 win for City. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for City. How about you? I do think Palace will score.
I'm going to say 1-0 to City. I think it's going to be
to City.
Tight game.
City are going to grind out another 1-0 according to you. We'll see. Will FIFA be right with their little 6-1 prediction? 6-2 prediction. I very much doubt that.
Very much. I do as well.
I mean, would you put up with City conceding 2 goals if they were to
score 6?
I
mean, if they're scoring 6, it's great, isn't it? You're not bothered. A win's a win at the end of the day.
Yeah, true.
Still 4+ goal difference, isn't it? So, it's still good.
Well, the game has kicked off. Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. It's live from the Etihad Stadium, and we're here providing you with the alternative commentary, our live match day. And if you are listening, we've got our Twitter on the screen there. You're watching as well at We Are City MCFC, and we've also just brought out our new Instagram now, which is We Are City _MCFC, brought to you by our social media team. So go over there, give it a follow. There may be some giveaways, or I'm not quite sure what they plan to do on there, but definitely go and give our Instagram a follow if you can. I think we're at a grand total of 2 followers maybe at the moment. So, but it all grows with time. In fact, our last live stream against Brighton, we had 390 odd, I think, subscribers. We've now got 413. So please, guys, continue to support the channel. Subscribe, get your friends to subscribe, get your gran to subscribe if she's got a YouTube account. Your mum, your dad, anyone, get them to subscribe. And City are on the ball here straight away with Ilkay Gundogan. And got an attack. Sterling's bursting in behind Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne, who could play a massive part in today's game, as expected. He's got 8 goal involvements in the last 10 games against Crystal Palace, with 2 goals and 6 assists. So definitely the danger man for Crystal Palace, and always the danger man for Manchester City. Diaz has been spun past here by Ayew, and then Fernandinho is in to save it, but it knocked out for a throw-in.
Nice scrappy start there.
Yeah, City definitely going in for the tackles there. Diaz slid on
Ayew.
Ayew looks to have picked up an injury immediately from that little slide. And I think now you're looking at the formation, we were saying the 2 up top, I think it is just going to be
4-5-1.
Yeah, Ayew up top with Eze on this left-hand side. And I can understand why Hodgson has gone with Ayew over the likes of Benteke up on his own, because I think Benteke is just not mobile enough, is he, anymore? To play on his own.
He's not one to play on his own. Like you say, he needs someone to knock the ball down to and or to play off, sort of thing. He's not really a lone striker anymore, is he? He's old, not old, but he's getting on towards the end of his career now, isn't he? So
yeah,
I mean, what a striker he was when he first burst onto the scene with Aston Villa. He was just banging him in money, and I think United were interested in him and all sorts. And then did he go to Liverpool from there?
Yeah.
And
career went downhill from there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because of injuries or. I think you see it a lot with these players, don't you? Like your Andy Carrolls and people like that just suit that certain system. And when they go to these bigger clubs, like when Bonnie comes to City, they can't play with the ball at the feet, can they? Which is what the teams want to do. So
no,
they don't score as many goals. I think that is the problem with him. He just didn't do it at Liverpool, did he? And he's not really done it at Palace now, has he? But he was banging him in for Villa, whenever that was, 6-7 years ago.
Ruben Diaz has brought the ball forward for Manchester City, and he's sweep the ball out wide to Bernardo Silva, who's playing on this right-hand side, high and wide on this right-hand side, and Sterling on the opposite side if they can find a switch to him, which they haven't quite yet, but Sterling's in a lot of space. Sterling, who missed a penalty in the game against Brighton, a really poor penalty. Oh, Gundogan's in the box, and Fernandinho puts one in. Laway, he's in the comments, he says his electricity's finally back, which is a relief. Sorry you're late. No worries, Laway. It's good to have you here with us, as always. No, probably our number one fan, Laway. Number one City fan
most regular.
From South Africa. And if you're electricity problem, don't worry. I think my internet might be a problem as well. If you experience any buffering,
don't say that.
It's always there. It's always there. City have lost the ball here, and MacArthur on it. The commentator's nightmare. McCarthy and MacArthur in the midfield for Crystal Palace. And Kyle Walker.
He was looking lively.
He is. Kyle Walker's fell on the floor. Here's Eze. Brings the ball forward to Townsend, who's on his left-hand side. Now I'm not sure who's playing on the right-hand side for Crystal Palace at the moment. Mitchell.
Just playing it all over, aren't they?
Townsend with a nice swing in, and it's cleared away by Diaz. Gundogan controls it on his back. Milivojevic is a claim for a handball, which would never be given as handball. I don't think Gundogan even knew where the ball was at the time.
He sort of in the air, floating about, isn't it? So, a bit of a difficult one.
And John Stones brings the ball forward, but City... It's not the most positive starts, though. You'd say that they weren't, like, against Brighton is the same. They weren't the most exciting starts, but they sort of grew into the game. City got that goal through Phil Foden, which is a surprise that he hasn't started today, Phil Foden.
I'd like to see him in there again. He seems to be in really good form at the moment.
He does.
And then, he's been playing for the last 2 or 3 games in good form, and then you drop him again. And I don't know whether that's maybe saving him for the weekend or what, I don't know, but for the midweek, again, because we've got another game midweek, haven't we, against Aston Villa?
Which is going to be, I think that's the toughest one yet.
That won't be an easy game. They've again another team that seems to have been down near relegation last year and really turned it round again this season.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, I think they made what they did Villa in that first season when they got promoted. They made too many signings. We've seen Fulham do it, haven't we? We've seen Chelsea do it at the moment. And this season, once they got it right, they think they got it right, they made them little tweaks to the side, which really have to... I mean, Ollie Watkins, what a sign he is. I think he's not a finisher, is he? But he's a good player. De Bruyne with a cross, and it's behind for a corner.
Yeah. I mean, he's keeping players fit as well, because I think John McGinn got injured around this time last year for him.
Yeah.
And obviously he's quite a key player in that midfield, and that they really struggled without him, but now he's back with Grealish in that midfield.
And Douglas Luiz as well. City,
yeah, and they
City
look
player,
good.
sort of. Yeah, they do. And I think they'll cause problems for City in the midweek. But City have first got to pass this test of Crystal Palace. Kevin De Bruyne has sung a corner in. Ooh, Stones nearly jumped for it, but just got caught under it slightly. Here's Sterling.
It's a difficult corner, that, to sort of get a chance for a bit of too floaty.
Oh, it's poor by Sterling, but he's won himself a corner, I think. Or is it a goal kick?
Let's see what they're giving. They're not showing anything at the moment. They're just zooming in on the Palace players. No, it's a corner.
Here's a corner. It looked like it did come off the Palace player, although I wasn't quite sure.
Brian's got all the way over.
A question to the way. Who should replace Fernandinho? Zakaria, Locatelli, Benacer? You give us your suggestion. Douglas Luiz, let us know. You seem to be a man who knows things. There's a corner swung in towards John Stones. Bernardo Silva picks up at the far post. Better by Kevin De Bruyne, yeah. And here comes Bernardo Silva. He's always going to go on his left foot. Pulls it back to Zinchenko. 2 left footers on the right hand side at the moment. Both looking to go inside. Zinchenko. That's a very nice ball to Jesus.
Nice. Done well there, Jesus, as well. Good defending.
Brilliant.
He's not bad, that Tyreek Mitchell.
That's got to be a foul, surely, on Gabriel Jesus.
Looked like a foul, doesn't it? Ayu's looking very lively today.
He is. And here's Eze in space on this left-hand side, up against Kevin De Bruyne.
Oh, unlucky. That looked like a foul on Jesus there.
Mijan Markovic says 0-7 Crystal. Does that mean 7-0 to Crystal Palace or 7-0 to City Milan? Mian? You tell me how you pronounce your name, but I think it is that. Markovic, I know your last name. Did you used to play for Liverpool by any chance? Lowe says Walker looks rusty to him. Well, he hasn't had a great start. So he gets sat down by Ayew at the start. I think Kyle Walker's been played purely because of his physicality over João Cancelo on this right-hand side. Cancelo likes to tuck inside. He's a very creative player, and I don't think City need that today. I think Pep's right playing the Kyle Walker because of the pace and the physicality that Palace possess. Cancelo's not really one for winning, aerial duels, is he? Whereas Kyle Walker's got a bit more physicality. He's not necessarily the best in the air. It's a bit of a scrappy game at the moment. Ball's pinging all over the place. Fernandinho just lumps it away into the hands of Gaeta.
I'd like to have seen Cancelo in at left back today, maybe. Instead of Zinchenko, but
I think Zinchenko's done his job pretty well.
Yeah, I mean he's all right, but he just doesn't offer enough going forward. He's too one-dimensional going forward. Cancelo can sort of play on both feet. Zinchenko is just everything down the left, isn't it? So time will tell. We shall see
how he performs today. And City back on the ball there. John Stones did try clearance that ricocheted in behind the defence. Luckily, nothing came from it. Diaz is trying to play a line-breaking pass.
Poor pass from Diaz. Not enough pace on it.
I don't particularly want Diaz being the ball-playing centre-back. Let him stick to the defender and let John Stones try and make the passes. I think Stones is obviously better than Diaz in that sort of role. But I don't know if Palace have already picked up an idea that they'll keep tight to John Stones in this game. Don't let him play the passes from the back and let Ruben Diaz be the one on the ball because they know he hasn't got quite the same quality as John Stones on the ball.
That pass it was a good idea, but just not enough execution. Not good enough execution. Palace look hungry for this today.
They do. Diaz here, and he just clears it out of play. Smartly done by Diaz. Had nothing else to do there.
But they're coming for a result. Palace here, I'm telling you, they're not going to sit behind the ball and just hold for a point.
That Manchester City best. They've only conceded 13, the lowest in the league. They've conceded the least shots on target, and they have equal to the number of clean sheets. Kyle Walker chests it back to Edison. So City defensively are what you never thought of Manchester City.
Especially not with this defence as well.
I definitely think it's Pep Guardiola.
Changing the tactics.
He claims not to, read what people say about him, but they've always gone, oh, City are rubbish defensively. And he's gone, all right then, I'll show you how good we can be defensively if I wanted us to be. And he sacrificed the goals.
It's a different mindset. If you look at they're showing his goals per game now, City under Guardiola, and it's nearly a goal less than it has been for the past 3 seasons on average per game. But if that's the way to win games and win titles, then so be it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not boring to watch, is it? They're not grinding games out, are they per se? Having a lot of chances, we're just not scoring.
It's still an entertaining brand of football.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the time, I'd say the first few games of the season, you could see the players probably weren't quite ready. They weren't fit enough.
Yeah, I mean that was the same across the league, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And again, across this Christmas period, there's been quite a few games that have been just in general just awful. But we're getting results. Like I said, we've not lost in the last 8 games. Is it something like that or more than that? So
beautiful switch by Fernandinho there. Alex Bernardo's over on the right hand side. City will get results, and here's Kyle Walker looking to use his pace to get in behind. Puts it back to Bernardo, can swing a ball into the back post to Gabriel Jesus. I think that was going in if he got his head on that. It's a good defending by Tompkins, I think it was. Is it Newcastle? No. Was it Newcastle? Who did James Tompkins used to play for? West Ham. West Ham, that was it. Him and Winston Reid were the rocks at the back for West Ham at one point.
What's happened to him? Where's he? Does he still play for him?
He did a double ACL, I think.
Oh, right. That Ogbonna's been good for him, apparently. They won again, didn't they?
Yeah, Gundogan with a shot. Cleared away. Yeah, Bonner, another one. So West Ham seem to always pick up these defenders that are not really that well known, but
got that Diop, haven't they, as well?
Yeah, it's a Diop, yeah.
I don't know if he's injured or what, but he's meant to be quite good.
Yeah, he's not been the player people thought of him.
No.
Once linked with Spurs and Manchester United, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Never seemed to work out for him, unfortunately. Diaz with another switching ball. That's Bernardo on this right-hand side. Plays that pass really well, Ruben Diaz. His aerial passing is much better than his passing on the floor. And here's Gundogan. Walker. John Stones. City continue to play as Zinchenko. Ball over the top to Sterling, who's gambling.
Oh.
Something he doesn't usually do, Raheem Sterling, is gamble.
Oh,
he has there.
Unlucky, though. Oh, he's done well, Zinchenko there, to be fair to him.
And here come City again. Fernandinho, Walker. Stones on the centre circle, past it to Ruben Diaz. Sterling. Oh, De Bruyne. That's a poor pass by Kevin De Bruyne in that sort of position. Townsend. Palace look to counter again. Zinchenko blocks it away, throwing for Palace. Not the most convincing of starts by City, has to be said.
No, both teams are giving the ball away a lot, aren't they? So,
yeah, they're definitely
a bit of an odd one.
I think it's been strange that City haven't really, sort of got on the front foot a bit more, making runs in behind. It's been very much passing to Sterling and Bernardo on the wings, who are putting it back onto there, and cutting inside. Bernardo on the left-hand side, putting it on his left foot, Sterling putting it on his right foot, and looking for those swings to the back post when Palace have got quite a big defence, which they're going to struggle with.
Crosses aren't the way, I don't think, today. Not unless they're sort of low crosses.
No.
Against these, they're like you say, they're quite a big team. Even the fullbacks are quite tall, so that's definitely not the way today.
Yeah, I thought Nathaniel Klein might play today, a player that was once an England starter at right back, wasn't he, Nathaniel Klein?
Yeah, again another one that's career seems to have gone downhill since joining Liverpool.
Yeah,
I mean he gets injured a lot, doesn't he? But
Kevin De Bruyne has had a terrible first 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Give the ball away again. Ooh, Townsend's the back post. Walker jumps. That was very clever defending from Kyle Walker. He's jumped pretending to head that away and left it in the end. And City get away with one.
Worrying though.
It is worrying. I think Palace have showed some attacking here. Great attacking intent, like you said. Ayew looks very lively. This opening 15 minutes.
He's not done anything, has he? But he's caused a bit of problems, hasn't he? But they've not had a shot, have they yet? So
no.
That's good, but neither away, so
true.
Yeah, I think it's not going to be one of those games that's straightforward. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard to score. They're not just going to walk through them like they have done through teams in the past couple of weeks. It's not going to be an easy game.
There's Ruben Diaz into Fernandinho. And gives it over the top to Sterling. Fernandinho looking for a pass again. And City win a corner.
I don't think that's the way we're going to score either. Passes like that, too floaty and too sort of deep. It's never going to beat the defender there.
Yeah, it allows the Palace players to head it away, doesn't it?
Yeah, and Joel Ward's a very experienced fullback. He's been in the Premier League a long time, so you're not going to trick people like that with passes like that. You need to exploit them for the pace, because that's the one thing about this Palace back line, is it's not very fast.
Ooh, De Bruyne swings a corner in. More like a shot, really. Straight to the Gaita's hands. Gundogan takes it down.
Got lucky there. Zinchenko give it away there, and they got it back.
Gone backwards, though, Zinchenko, but it's gone forwards now to De Bruyne, who's won a throw-in. Lowe says Fernandinho's distribution is fantastic. And that is true, Lowe. His distribution has been absolutely amazing. And that's why I prefer Fernandinho over Rodri, just the way he plays. And Alex is back. Alex says, I panicked last week when Alex gave us some Spanish to... my friend Dave will answer you there.
Oh, yeah.
Alex says City have been linked with Manuel Locatelli, I think. They want to sign Locatelli. I suppose I best reply to Alex in Spanish in some way. Let me have a little think, Alex, before I reply to you. I can't reply straight away. My Spanish isn't perfect, as you know. But let this City attack finish. Here's Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne. Back to Bernardo and gives it wide to Kyle Walker. It's very overhit by Bernardo Silva. As Walker kept that in, however.
Yeah, it's all right.
Palace clear it away on the counter. Diaz.
Done well
And
there.
it's Fernandinho. Ooh, poor touch, but look at the strength. And then Kevin De Bruyne picks it up. City have done well there. Fernandinho's done really well.
Good little battle there.
Yeah.
You win Fernandinho.
Here's De Bruyne again. Oh, it's a poor pass by Kevin. He's trying to make things happen though, De Bruyne, at least. But he's
you don't mind them ones getting intercepted though, because when they go through, they lead to chances, don't they? So you don't mind them giving the ball away there. It's on the edge of our box that you mind them giving the ball away. What are you doing? Trying to sort your Spanish out?
To Alex, I'm thinking about what to say because, of course, I want to say it pretty fluently rather than stopping every word. Well, it was last week. I think I panicked when Alex put some Spanish in the commentary. you know, he asked a question in Spanish, you panic, I think, when you're not used to speaking it that much.
Yeah, oh yeah. Drop a couple of errors
La
in there,
semana
you know.
pasada entré en pánico cuando me envista un mensaje. Esta semana me quedo tranquilo con mi español. Creo Zakaria tiene poder más lo que necesita en el equipo. I think Alex might understand that, maybe.
There you go, it's not bad. Sounds alright to me. I don't know what you meant, but...
If anyone is interested in what I just said, then Alex said City have been linked with Locatelli. I said firstly about I panicked last week, and I'd be more calm in my, tranquilo means calm, more calm in my Spanish reply to you this week, Alex. And I basically told him I think Zakaria is a better option because he's a more powerful midfielder than Locatelli. There you are. If anyone agrees with me, anyone wants to ask me a question in another language, I might be able to answer it, depending on the language.
Hungarian, yeah.
Hungarian. I'll get our Manchester City Hungarian supporters club along to give you a reply if you're in Hungarian. Loasis, did you watch the Liverpool versus United game? I never saw it because my electricity was out and only came back on now. Yeah, I did. You didn't miss anything. I wish my electricity out was onto the game because it was absolutely terrible. He also says his prediction is a 2-1 win for City. Julie says finish 0-0 United. Oh, so she's just giving away a bit of information there. Thanks, Julie. Oh, you see, making friends here. And Margaret says, hi everyone, 3-0. Hopefully. I can tell you're a northerner, Margaret. No H on your hopefully there. It's hopefully. No doubt the northerners will be confused by the Spanish. German as well. Yeah. If you want to ask me, if there's any German supporters watching, feel free to ask me. Oh, Eze's gone for a shot from distance. It's gone straight over the bar. But yeah, I can speak a bit of German as well. You can test me on my German. Don't all start going on Google Translate though.
That'll be it.
That's not funny.
Will be foreign. All the comments will be foreign languages, won't they now?
And for you, Alex, we've got a Celta Vigo career mode coming very soon, so be ready for that one. Alex crea el Celta de Vigo en segundo canal pronto. There you are. That means video Celta Vigo career coming soon on the second channel.
Free kick to Palace.
Free kick for Crystal Palace. My Spanish is over. And it's time to get back to the game. It would be very good if we had actually Spanish commentary. I don't think anyone watches the Spanish games. But when a goal goes in, those commentators do get very excited.
Oh, it's fast, though, isn't it? It's fast when you hear him speaking.
Goal. So if City score today,
isn't it, half the time?
We can. I'm sure my friend here will do the little goal, Spanish goal thing if City score a screamer. But that's if they score a screamer. Palace have got a free kick. Eze stands over it. It's been a bit of a lacklustre first 20 minutes, and that is a poor cross in by Eze. Every City defender sort of attacked that ball, and no Crystal Palace player even moved. Just the whole City team charged into the box and calmly into Ederson's hands. The City are on the ball again with Ruben Dias. And name pronunciation is a big thing for commentators as well. Of course, I've just called him Ruben Dias, and we all know that's not his actual name, is it? Dias. As the Portuguese pronounce it. Maybe people prefer we actually pronounce the names. But City on the ball with Kyle Walker's trying to make things happen. He made a poor pass, but when deflected straight into Bernardo Silva's path, and Zinchenko plays it out to Sterling, who's holding the width on this left-hand side into Gundogan. Sterling's continued his run, but Gundogan decided not to pass it to him. Zinchenko. On the ball again is Fernandinho, a little dink ball over the top to Bernardo. Uses his head. Only
not the best person to be putting the ball in the air too, is it?
Only about 5'6" is Bernardo Silva. He's done well on Stones. He's intercepted the pass there. And there's Palace on a counter here. Townsend's picked it up. But fortunately, here's Andros Townsend. Into MacArthur. Out wide to Eze. He's got Mitchell on the overlap. He's got good feet, Eze, but not good enough to get away from Kevin De Bruyne. And
good defending, De Bruyne.
City can get on the counter now. Gundogan. Sterling. Gundogan again. Wide to Walker. And Walker slows the game down even slower than it already has been. And it's back being passed around the back again for City. City are missing some sort of excitement, although it's a good layoff by Jesus. Gundogan. De Bruyne's got Bernardo in all sorts of space, and De Bruyne has a shot that
took a deflection.
Over the bar.
Massive deflection.
But But he had Bernardo on the right hand side of him there.
acres of space. Big overload on this right hand side.
Nice little layoff by Jesus. Gundogan found De Bruyne. It's unlike Kevin De Bruyne to be sort of, blinkered in his vision. However, you could say it would have been Bernardo on his right foot. Maybe that's why
he could have rolled it onto his left, couldn't he?
Yeah, I think it's hit Mitchell's foot and Gary Cahill's head.
Yeah. Better though, I was just about to say, worrying so far. We've not really created anything.
No. Oh, good turn by Sterling. He's going to shoot this. Sterling with a shot, blocked by McCarthy. Gundogan with a shot. It's another block. De Bruyne with a shot again. It's another block. Like pinball in the box here. The ball's cleared away to Andros Townsend. But City...
you can't let him get that under control there like that. You've got to go and win it in the air.
Or even fouling.
Yeah.
Very silly foul by Zinchenko.
Poor defending. Sterling shot. Gundogan shot. I don't know if we're going on target, were they? De Bruyne's was.
No.
Unlucky.
Poor by City there. And Crystal Palace now have a free kick.
I mean, it's just stupid because, I was just about to say that, you've got him penned in and then you're just letting them all get back out again. No need, he's back to goal and you're both stood next to him, so...
No.
Strange decision. Zinchenko shouldn't let him get the ball on the ground in the first place. He should have been up there trying to challenge him in the air.
Yeah, definitely.
Sort of defensive inexperience, I suppose, in that situation.
I think the only question I could have on that is that he's played left back for so long now. Surely.
Well, yeah, but he's not a left back, is he? Still,
No,
it's not his natural position, is it? So it's that instinctiveness sort of thing. He just doesn't have. I don't think he'll be anywhere near the team this time next year.
No,
if we do sign a left back.
Bernardo Silva, 1-on-1 with Mitchell here.
Control.
No, and he just cuts it. Oh, De Bruyne with a ball to the back post. Sterling kicks it into his own player and Gabriel Jesus. That's poor.
Weren't a great ball in, was it? Just a dug at it, didn't he? But
Jesus loses the ball to Ayew. He dives on the ball there. He's kept it though. He's kept on his feet. Probably a bad idea. Probably should have took the free kick and Cahill lumps it away to John Stones.
I don't think they give a free kick, did they? I think the referee told him to get up, so...
I'm not sure. I think he was ready to give it. But Ayew seemed to get up and play the advantage. Kyle Walker on the ball for Manchester City. They were giving him space. You can understand why, because he just give it away to Townsend. And Palace are on the counter.
Is dangerous.
Townsend versus Stones. They've not got many men with him, but see if he can run John Stones. He's giving it a go. He's going to try and win a corner. Ooh. Edison makes a bit of a meal of that, and Kyle Walker chips it into his own box towards Ayew. City get lucky there. That is questionable defending from Kyle Walker.
What is he doing there? Good job, Diash was there.
You see, you're pronouncing him as Diash now.
Yeah.
Oh, mistake by Ward. Sterling, he's got space for De Bruyne if he can play him. He does play him. De Bruyne's missed a few one-on-one situations so far this season.
Why didn't he shoot there?
Why shot Kevin De Bruyne? There? He's passed it across the box to Raheem Sterling.
He's
been cleared behind for a corner.
And it's poor from Palace giving the ball away there, but... should have shot. He did well Sterling there.
Yeah.
But he should have shot. He should have either shot or dinked it to the back post for Jesus to run onto, not passed it into Sterling. That was never on.
Poor by Kevin De Bruyne. A chance now for De Bruyne to swing the ball in. No one there again, though. I don't think his crossing has been that good, actually. Sterling switching it back out.
Not been on the right spot.
Oh, outside the boot, ball in John Stones. What a goal by Manchester City. Well, as I call, Kevin De Bruyne is crossing. He goes and puts a beautiful outside the boot crossing. And to that man, John Stones, who's on form. And we said last season against Crystal Palace, we said he was finished. John Stones with a really good header into the back of the net. And City lead by 1-0 against Crystal Palace. Really, it was a beautiful cross by Kevin De Bruyne outside the boot.
Especially
great
after
to
that.
Sterling as well. To find De Bruyne.
Kept the move alive there. Is he onside? I can't even see. He's off the picture. Yeah, he's a mile on.
Outside the boot, Kevin De Bruyne into John Stones, who jumps.
Header. No one was picking him up.
No. I think Joel Ward was the nearest to him for Crystal Palace. That is a wonderful ball by Kevin De Bruyne.
Good header as well.
And on the evening that Bruno Fernandes proves he can't play against big sides, Kevin De Bruyne. Nothing to do with Bruno Fernandes, really. I just wanted to say he was bad. Of course.
Good confidence boost there for Stones as well.
Very good
goal for him.
Kevin De Bruyne, though, that is absolutely outstanding. The Premier League's best player does what the Premier League's best player always does. He provides, and he's had a poor first 27 minutes, and then he goes and does that. Stones straight through the back of Ayew, but it's a good header. An absolute colossal is John Stones at the moment. And City
He's on a
lead.
really good run of form at the moment. But again, like we said the other week, he has not been put under any pressure really.
No.
That's when you'll see if he has changed or not. I don't think that he's been put under pressure once yet. Maybe when we come to play Liverpool, if he does get selected for that game, that'll be a bit of a tell.
Julie says in German, she's obviously been on the Google Translate, haven't you?
Oh.
She's put Manchester City is the best team in the land and all the world. Genau, which means exactly. Tajinder Kaher says Money Club in capital letters. What, does no club have money? Maybe Manchester City the only club with money. Other clubs in the Premier League, they run without money. They run on air. Thank you for that
spend money
comment.
to make money, aren't you?
Well done, Tajinder. You've made a fool of yourself there. Loasis Stones is no longer a pebble. Exactly. It's John Stones now, not whatever he was called. Charles Pebbles or whatever we called him the other day. And Andrew says Stones is a star, and that's exactly. John Stones is a star.
We need John Boulder now, don't we?
John
We
Boulder.
need to go from a stone to a boulder now.
To a rock. What's bigger than a rock? Granite.
Boulder, yeah.
Granite.
A boulder, a mountain.
City on the ball here with Zinchenko. Ignore our Stones talk. Stones on the ball. Out to another switching pass. City playing this wingers high and wide.
Oh, unlucky.
Bernardo was unlucky there with his touch, wasn't he? City
Just
playing
tried
these...
to flick it. That's a foul. Yeah.
Crystal Palace winning a lot of free kicks to try and slow the game down.
Righto, De Bruyne, 100 assists since 2015 September, sorry. That's impressive.
100 assists. Raheem Sterling there with 61.
61. You wouldn't have thought that.
No.
And Sané as well, 42. I wouldn't have thought
I
that.
assume they meant for Manchester City. But they didn't say for Manchester City at that start. They just said in general in the league.
Yeah, that surely must be because they were all City players on there, weren't they? So there's got to be other people that have had assists since then.
Beautiful pressing by Kevin De Bruyne. He gets very unlucky as he nicks it off Milivojevic. And here is MacArthur. Wide to Eze.
Well, we know that against these, they're going to keep fighting till the end of the game, aren't they? It's not over by any means.
Palace know they're still in this game. They won't give up, like you said. They are a fighting side. Here's Tompkins, and they're pushing men forward now, Palace. Tompkins with the ball out wide to Ward. He can put a good crossing when he does, and Diaz clears it away. And here's Gundogan, and back to Zinchenko, and Gundogan on the ball once again. Zinchenko and City trying to play it out from the back. Zinchenko plays it long. It's a poor pass, though.
I know, I'd rather him give it away there than lose it on the edge of the box.
Oh, a good little turn there by whoever that is. Ayew. Oh, he should have shot Ayew. Townsend wants a penalty, is it?
Shout for a penalty there. I'll have to have a look at that. I don't think it was.
City on the counter is Gabriel Jesus. Can he show a bit of pace and skill now? He goes back to Sterling. He slows the game down, Raheem Sterling. For a man with so much pace, he loves to slow the game down. He's on the ball again. Through that little gap to Fernandinho. See, Fernandinho, they're tackling him, they're pushing him. Nothing stopping that man. On the ball still. Out wide to De Bruyne.
What's frustrating is, if that is a penalty, say they checked it now and it got given. I know it obviously hasn't been. But if it got given now and we scored on this attack and then it got given, well, what happens there? Or someone gets injured. Someone gets injured now and then it gets given. You know, it's one of them, and they should probably have to stop the game if it's that sort of situation.
And Kyle Walker on the ball. And City have, I think a goal's done them a world of good, City, hasn't it, really? Because like we said, they haven't been that good. They haven't been that exciting.
No, it's forced Palace to have to come out a bit more as well. They weren't sat behind the ball anyway, but
good ball by Stones. Walker with a cross. Whew, I think it was a shot.
I thought it was going in then. Never a corner, Walker. Get your hand down.
Gary Ramsden says on the way to 3 now. We hope so, Gary. A 3 or 4. Milivojevic he was with the little skills there.
No, never a penalty. I don't know why he didn't just shoot.
Yeah, I think it's because his first touch was so poor. So I think his pass, what it looked like a pass, it was a first touch that.
I thought he hit it first time. It didn't look like it went anywhere near anyone, that from Walker then.
No, but City do win a corner. Giving De Bruyne the chance to swing one in. Ruben Diaz is pulling the shots up. That means danger for Palace. It's a poor cross by Kevin De Bruyne.
Awful cross.
All his crosses, other than the one for the goal, his crossing has been poor. He needs to start crossing with the outside of his boot.
Say it again. He's not been crossing well. It went in last time.
Well, De Bruyne has been very poor at crossing. Very, very poor, Kevin.
Yeah.
Let's wait till he gets the ball, and we'll see what happens next.
Oh, he's playing defensive midfield now, so it doesn't matter.
Walker. Back to Diaz. Kyle Walker and Diaz playing as centre-backs now together, passing the ball between each other. Walker's looking for a pass forward, he finds Gundogan. It's a good switch on there. If Stones can find Zinchenko on that left-hand side, he decided not to go to him. Walker again, out to Stones. City just toying with Palace here, hoping that Palace press so they can get in behind them, but Palace have no interest in pressing at the moment. They're not really inviting Palace on, are they, at the moment, City?
No.
They're trying it, but Palace aren't
too slow. It's too slow. It's easy for him to just side shift at the moment. It needs to be quick and he needs to skip passes rather than just sort of passing it along the back four. Just going back to Stones, back to Walker. It's all they're doing.
Stones is, every City player is a good 10 yards, other than Edison, into the Crystal Palace half. I won't be surprised if Edison was stood there. Terrible pass by Zinchenko, and Townsend in behind now. Diaz deals with it brilliantly.
Yeah, well there.
He's just so good, Ruben Diaz. He's just, you know what I mean? There's some of them defenders, when the ball's bouncing to him like that, you think, oh, there's a bit... I never once panic when he's on the ball.
No, he reads it so well. He gets there early enough to be able to judge that situation as well.
Sterling, ball to De Bruyne. Well. Jesus, he should have gone wide, Jesus.
Is he going to pull that back? Yeah, he has done. Free kick. De Bruyne's down, though.
Kevin De Bruyne probably should have played that ball out wide. Or was it Jesus who picked that ball up?
De Bruyne tried to slip it through, didn't he?
Yeah.
It
was Jesus, I think, who should have played that wide.
Got a chance here for the free kick, though.
They have got a chance for Kevin De Bruyne. We know Kevin De Bruyne can hit the free kicks.
And Bernardo Silva and Gundogan as well, so interesting to see who takes it. Looking like a Bernardo, like a right footer's free kick, isn't it? So.
It is, yeah. From my point of view, John Stones is in such perfect form. Let him have it.
Yeah, let him have a bang.
Every touch now, he turns to gold, or stones, you could say.
Yeah.
But I think it is going to be Ilkay Gundogan.
It's Gundogan. He's going to have a pop here, surely. Surely not going to try and do a little cross into the box.
Remember that free kick he scored against Brighton to win City the title 2 seasons ago? We were both watching that together. Well, that wasn't one of his good free kicks. Gundogan takes a free kick into the rose head.
2 nets want to stop that one, wouldn't they?
And we watched that Brighton game in the sun.
We did.
In the sun, and now we're not in the sun anymore.
No, we're stuck inside. How long ago that was?
About 2 years ago, was it?
Wow, yeah, coming up to being, yeah.
City lifted the Premier League title. After that, I think it was a 4-1 win over Brighton. Brighton scored first.
Oh, we were losing, weren't we?
Yeah, and everyone panicked. Everyone panicked.
Feather in the bow flapping, weren't they?
Yeah. But City did do it in the end. It was Ilkay Gundogan masterclass.
Saw 2 trophies when we were there, didn't we? Because we won the FA Cup on the day we were leaving, didn't we, as well?
Yeah, against Watford. 6-0 win.
6-0.
City, the only ever English side to win the domestic quadruple. That is a thing that I don't think any side is ever going to do that, for a very long time.
Probably not. I don't think there'll be a team as dominant as that. I don't even think Liverpool are that dominant.
No.
I mean, they're not in the chance to do it this season, are they? Because they're not in the League Cup, so.
No. City could do it again, I suppose.
Yeah, they could, but I don't know. I can't see it happening.
No, I can't either. Good footwork by Jesus there, and Fernandinho back in the ball. Lowe says we're in second gear and need to turn it up a notch to take away.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, agreed. Definitely. I think City are in second gear. And Andrew says out of the stadium. I assume he means that Ilkay Gundogan free kick.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear that? I think it's just hit my window. That was probably awful for hearing that bang go.
Well read. Didn't know what happened. I thought your mic had fallen over.
You see, it was Gundogan's free kick. Terrible by Ilkay Gundogan. But he's been alright today, actually. And he's been good in the recent,
I wouldn't say anyone's been bad so far. It's just not been very interesting, has it? I think
too
much sideways passing. Like Lowe said, in second gear, needs to up it a bit.
Well, City might do in the second half, although I think City at the moment, they know they can hang on to these 1-0 leads, don't they? They back themselves to hang on to these 1-0 leads. I know they were unlucky against West Brom with that deflection, so maybe they think we need 2 goals because we're not going to concede more than 1. But
Yeah, just got to be careful.
I think City are confident defensively now, which they haven't been for a long time, it seems.
Mm.
Well, Bernardo's in here against Mitchell again. Oh, he can't beat Mitchell. Seems a very solid little left back. Here's De Bruyne.
Oof.
To Zinchenko. To me, Mitchell reminds me of the left-sided Wan-Bissaka.
He looks all right, Mitchell, doesn't he?
Yeah.
To be fair, in the games that I have seen him, he looks good. Keeping Bernardo out of the team, so.
Yeah, exactly. About 18 years old. Oh, good ball by Bernardo. Good one, knocks it on to Jesus. Oh, it's a header into
He
the
won't
hands.
be a bad signing, Van Aanholt at left back.
Oh, yeah.
He's not a bad player. He's good at going forward and defensively.
As a backup, maybe.
Yeah, he'd do, wouldn't he? To come off the bench and stuff. And
Jesus unlucky there. He had Tompkins right on him.
Good work.
Into the hands of Guy to the ex-Getafe goalkeeper, I think he was from. Linked with all sorts of places. Arsenal, Barcelona. I think Manchester United were linked with him at one point, and then for whatever reason he ended up at Crystal Palace, which was a strange one.
Yeah.
Did he play for Valencia? Did he play for Valencia for a time as well? Yeah, I think I do. He has been linked with City actually before. When Claudio Bravo was said to be leaving, Gaeta was linked to be the second choice keeper for City at one point because his contract was up at the end of the year. But obviously Zach Steffen was already at the club and probably cheaper option. Plus Gaeta maybe wants to play first team football and he wouldn't be getting that at Manchester City.
No, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, Getafe, Valencia. Yeah. Palace since 2018.
Is MacArthur, and he puts it out for a throw-in for Manchester City. 5 minutes left, just over 5 minutes left of normal time before the additional added time on this first half. What was the smack sound? Asked Loay. It was Gundogan's free kick hitting my window. It's gone over the heads of people, that one.
Like the free kick.
Just like the free kick, yeah. And also, everyone, just to let you know, don't go away at half-time. Usually we have a little break over half-time, leave you to talk amongst yourselves. Don't tune out at half-time. We're having a celebrity guest on to give us a little half-time talk. Hopefully, should be. Technical difficulties, might cause that not to happen, but hopefully we're going to have a celebrity on. So please don't go away at half-time. We've been working hard since our last celebrity in Kent CELAIN. I had messaged a few City fans on Twitter, asked them if they'd like to come on. Jason Manford, Ricky Hatton, ex-boxer, Timothy Dalton, also played James Bond. It could be any one of them. I'm not going to give it away, but it could be one of them that's coming on at half time. You'll have to wait and see. And City have a throw in here. I've bigged out now. You'll all have to stay in for half time now and wait and see which the celebrity special guest is going to be. Here's Fernandinho. Only a City fan, of course. We only have City celebrities on here. Here's Bernardo Silva. Cuts inside to Fernandinho. Oh, it's a nice ball to Sterling. What's made a meal of that? Milivojevic clears. Palace living dangerously here. Here's Ruben Dias. Out wide to Zinchenko. There's a ball into Sterling. It takes too long, Zinchenko, to see that pass. Into Sterling, though. Sterling back to Zinchenko. And he wants that pass on him behind again, Raheem Sterling. It's not going to happen. De Bruyne, what a ball.
Lovely ball.
Oh, and Sterling.
Well read. Needed to take that across his body a bit more there, Sterling, rather than knocking it with the right foot. Good pass,
I don't know what Tompkins is complaining about, but he's not happy with something.
It seems to think he kicked it off Sterling, but I don't think he did.
No, Sterling jumped over it there. Here is Diaz. Andrew asked, is it Sergio? I assume you mean Sergio Aguero. That'd be an option, I suppose. He's not in the game, the team today. We'll get him on eventually. You just have to wait for that one. Kyle Walker in the ball. Just imagine the scenes. And Kyle Walker plays a terrible pass. Here's Townsend down the line. It's gone through the middle to Ayew and Fernandinho. That is never a foul there. Fernandinho puts his foot on the ball. Ayew falls over him because he's got nowhere to go. Lee Mason buys into that one. Mentioned Lee Mason, of course, City's the referee for the City game today. His last game was the 5-0 win over Burnley. And an interesting one is Martin Atkinson is on VAR. Just in case it comes into play at some point.
Great, I'm sure it will do.
If the decision doesn't make sense, Martin Atkinson's on VAR. And then it does make sense because it's Martin Atkinson in charge of it.
This is dangerous, though. Chance to lump the ball in the box was never a foul, but
not long before half time as well. 42 minutes played. Long ball in, Stones away. Bernardo into Eze.
Ooh.
Had to be careful there, Bernardo. I was worried he was going to kick Eze and Eze would go down. Loe says it's been a reasonable watch so far. It's not been too bad. City have just not gone forward as much, and like you said, they are in second gear. Oh, it's stayed in that. It somehow stayed in.
That was a bit odd, wasn't it?
Deflects. Walker kicks it into MacArthur that hits himself, and then still somehow managed to roll across the line. Bernardo then kicks it into MacArthur and wins his side.
They were showing the goal. Wonder why they were showing Stones.
What a ball by De Bruyne this is.
Lovely camera angle, but the quality's rubbish. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Good header. This is better. Yeah, lovely ball. Good header. I
mean, to be fair, the cameras are, I think, at least 30, 40 grand, aren't they?
Yeah, high pace.
Although, all us paying our Sky.
That's it.
They should be able to afford these cameras now.
Paying the Sky.
And of course, if you're not watching on Sky, wherever you're watching, like we said, you can time your stream up with us if you can do. You may not be in the UK watching on Sky. You may not be in the UK and still watching on Sky.
Yeah.
Depends how you watch your football. Gabriel Jesus is fouled here, but I think he's been given the other way. He's hurt his ankle here, Joe Lord. No, it hasn't been given City away. Diaz, he's looking for that over-the-top pass. Gundogan, he's pretty much playing as a striker. Oh, Diaz. Poor pass, he gets lucky. He's trying to make things happen with his passing, Diaz, which I hadn't seen from him before. Sterling takes on Ward. Oh, he's blitzed past Ward. And his cutback is really poor.
Unlucky though, that's better though. That's more what we want to see from Sterling, is that beating people.
Here's Kevin De Bruyne. And he's going to let Zinchenko take the throw in. City slowing it down just before the second half.
I don't think there's going to be much added time, is there? Maybe a minute.
No.
Because of the goal.
And like I said, everyone, please don't leave the stream. We will be having a little celebrity few-minute interview on the channel today at half-time. And it could be a regular in the future. You just let me know. If you want this celebrity back, I'll try and make it happen. So City on the ball here. Just taking the time now before the end of the half, City. Not long to go. Here is Kyle Walker. Stones. Stones on the ball. Stones to Walker. And City are just seeing out the last few minutes now, it seems. Taking their time.
Since we had 1 minute, like we said.
1 minute added time in the 45 minutes.
Oh, why has he left that? Ooh. It's a bit nasty from Walker, that there, isn't it?
It is.
No need for
Eze
that.
gets a free kick. Kyle Walker, very aggressive sort of defender at times, isn't he? He seems to not think about what he's doing to me.
Yeah,
he's got this idea. He's too intent on winning the ball and throws his legs in sometimes.
Or his shoulder has be it there.
I think it's Mitchell who's going to play this one forward, is it? Tariq Mitchell on his left foot.
So it's getting dangerous if they can win the knockdown, but it's just the quality of ball that they seem to be putting forward isn't great. Yeah.
Fernandinho in there clears it away.
That'll be half time, I think.
Kyle Walker with a clearance.
It'll be half time, I think, in a minute.
Yeah. Ooh, Sterling's lost it. Lee Mason blows his whistle. That's Manchester City 1, Crystal Palace 0 at half time. We're going to go to a very quick break and be back. So stick around for our little interview with, of course, our celebrity guest. We'll see you in a few seconds.
to say. You should hear it all.
Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel, of course. Here is our celebrity guest. He's going to be a regular, hopefully, on the channel, and he's going to give us a bit of his half-time talk with Kent CELAIN. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kent CELAIN.
Well, thank you for that warm welcome. I do feel a little bit that I might be disappointing people now, because you promised it might be Timothy Dalton, it might be Hitman Hatton, might even be Jason Manford. Of course, I've met Jason on the comedy circuit in Manchester there. But no, it's me. I'm back from the Kentish Riviera. Well, we're leading in the first half, 1-0. Great goal. I thought we started a little bit scrappily, not getting the first ball in, overhitting it, hitting the first man. Seemed like the City of old with Navas back in, just to give him another call back there. But what was your assessment of the start there?
Yeah, I think City started pretty slowly, didn't they? And, you know, a lot of passing between the two centre-backs. And you're thinking, you know what, I don't know how this game's going to go, knowing that Palace have been a bogey side for City. But I think once that goal's gone in, City have got a bit of a platform now to build on in the second half. They can be a bit more calmer on the ball, but move it a bit more faster. I think Lowe in the comment section has said that City were not out of second gear yet. And I think that's a problem for City. If they get out of that second gear, I think once they score 2 goals, I'm pretty confident that City won't concede more than 1 goal in that second half.
I think Lowe, again, has assessed the match very accurately, as he did last week, I think. I think, as I alluded to earlier, the start was a little bit scrappy. And I thought we weren't quite sort of up to our usual standard, really, and up to our usual speed. But we soon improved on that. There were chances on both sides, which, you know, the defence is pretty solid. Which we certainly have been improving the defence over many weeks now. We've still got the best defence in the league. And I think there seems to be a change in the way that we've played, and I think you alluded to it earlier. Instead of going to trying to score a hatful of goals and not worrying about how many goals we concede, now we're trying to just keep a clean sheet, and if we can win 1 or 2-0 or 3-0, then we're fine with that. So there does seem to have been a little change in the balance to the way that we set up to approach the game.
Yeah, I do, yeah. I think the 2 holding midfielders is a big difference. Pep sort of changed it this year, and he's decided, you know what, I'm going to be a bit more defensively solid and try and just score that 1 goal, and then we'll try and take the 1-0 then, or the 2-0 or whatever, and keep defensively solid throughout the games.
Well, that's, you know, I think that's the key, isn't it? Because we're still struggling with strikers. We're not, you know, a lot of the time we're not playing with strikers, but obviously Jesus is back now and almost scored late in the first half there. But he just needs to get his sharpness back, I think. He's just not back to his full potential. But he'll get there, because the more minutes he plays, the better he'll get. If you remember, he came on as a sub in the last game. And didn't do himself any favours. But he's got to start today, so he's got a chance to prove himself again. And I think he's playing reasonably well. For the goal, I thought we were almost playing at walking pace, because we had a chance that came out, and then we managed to get it back over to Kevin. Kevin was about to cross, but the defender was quite canny and prevented the cross he was going to do, so he switched it to an outside of the foot with his leg, and just a little banana curl into the goal. And John Stones, yet again, prolific goal scorer, rising like a salmon. Beautiful header, unstoppable.
Yeah, and City seem to be getting better in the air, don't they, with the likes of Stones and Diaz at the back?
Yeah, I think Stones and Diaz, what they do is they talk to each other, and they share tips, and they tell each other where to stand and where to go, who to cover, and that's why they're working well as a team, I think.
Yeah, I think you've got 2 very different players as well in Stones. You've got in Stones and Diaz. You've got one in Stones, he's the more ball-playing, sort of smart centre-back, and Diaz is the pure defender. And they both, like you said, they both talk to each other. Now, sometimes it can be a problem. You tend to need a leader at the back alongside someone who is, you know, told what to do. Whereas at City, you've got two leaders in Stones and Diaz, but two leaders who are willing to listen to each other and willing to talk to each other and willing to lead each other. I think that's why the defence has been so perfect this season.
That's the key, willing to listen to each other and not resenting the advice and the guidance. Of course, we had Vincent Kompany for many years as the leader. He would tell everybody what to do and nobody would question that. And that's why we were a solid defence. Of course, we suffered because he went through an awful lot of injuries over the last few years of his time at City. And each season we thought that's going to be his last season. But no, he kept coming back, and played a key role. So it's nice to see that we've actually now settled our defence, because that's what seems to have happened. You know, for a long time we were buying a lot of defenders and trying to get the balance right. I still think, as your friend Dave, I think, mentioned earlier in the commentary, that Zinchenko's a little bit of a weak link over on the left. I think for all his intensity and the quality that he's got, I think he's just not quite as good as we would like him to be.
No, he's not quite the City level, is he, unfortunately, for Zinchenko. And I mean, I know you'd back him. He's a Ukrainian, isn't he? And I know you like him being at City, but I just think he's not up to the level, is he, for City? And City do need to sign a left back. And how long we've been saying City need to sign a left back? I think since Alexander Kolarov left, City haven't had a good enough left back, have they? And Mendy was supposed to be the one. And you know, if City got the Mendy that they first got, you know, was it 4 seasons ago now when they first signed him? You thought, you know what, we have got the left back we need, and that them two injuries have absolutely finished Mendy. And other things as well. I think City didn't maybe look into the attitude that Mendy has, and into his personal life before they signed him. I think that might have been a thing to do, but you know, they've got the left back situation is still an issue. But I think you can have at least one weak link if everything around is strong. And I think with Ederson, Diaz, Stones, and Walker, you've got 4 really good defensive players there. Fernandinho in front, 5 that you can allow Zinchenko to make his few mistakes because you've got the players around him that will sort of, I don't know, get him out of trouble at times.
Yeah, I think Mendy's a lot of fun. I think to have around the camp, but I think perhaps a little bit of frustration might creep in with other people when he gets up to his shenanigans. But I remember seeing the tackle that injured him after he had a really good start with City, and we thought this is it, as you said. But I do remember him diving in and injuring his left leg? I can't remember which leg it was now, but it was over on our left, and he dived in just over the sort of the line there. And I think even Pep said, "Why did you go in with that leg?"
I think it was his right leg. He sort of turned his body and let the power of the player sort of knock his knee. I think it was against Crystal Palace, wasn't it? I think it was Townsend. Yeah. And that was it. Once his knee had gone, I think that the first injury finished him because he's never been the same since that. And the second and third and fourth injuries didn't help either. And City's left back issue's been going on long enough now that surely they get the left back situation solved this summer.
I think I think you're right, and I think when he finishes his career, he's going to look back and go, "Do you know what? I won all these trophies, and I only played about 90 minutes in total because he won the World Cup
winner,
won the Premier League."
I mean, if City win the Champions League this year, then he's a Champions League winner as well, and he must have played a total about 50 games in 5 years, maybe.
In 1,000 years, people will think he was the best player in the world for winning all the
bit like Danilo. Danilo's another one who used to play for City. He's won Champions League, Premier League. He's won everywhere. He's been, World Cup. I think the World Cup's the only one he's missing. But he's another one that's not very good, really. But he seems to always been a winning team.
There was a bit of controversy with Walker and people saying that he'd not been challenged for his position. And I think Pep said, he had Danilo and he's won these trophies, so that's a good enough challenge, basically. But I think ultimately Walker needs more of a push. Really, he needs to be challenged more. He needs to cut out some of this off the pitch activity that's sometimes gets him in the newspapers. But I think they all need good management, and I think they've got it with Pep. I did see a comment earlier about somebody saying to get rid of Pep on the chat there. I don't agree with that. I think Pep's the one to carry on and do a good job here.
Yeah, and City are not going to do any better than that, are they, than Pep Guardiola?
No, I think
really, there's no other manager out there.
Yeah, I think who did the guy on the comments mention? I think although he did say Monkey Club, I'm not sure quite why he said that. Simeone said to get in.
Oh, right,
but I think
okay.
City can attract the top managers now because they've got a pedigree.
Yeah,
I think we would have struggled in the sort of recent past. I say recent, sort of about 8 years or something like that. But Roberto Mancini started us off, and wow, we just kept going.
City have progressed from then. Just quickly before we have to let you go, before the second half, what is your prediction for the second half? What's going to happen? Score prediction? How do you think it's going to play out?
Well, I think Crystal Palace have got a very experienced manager. He's managed England. He's managed Liverpool. He'd probably do better now than Liverpool are doing currently because I don't think they're doing very well. But I think Crystal Palace will come at City in the second half. They've got a capability to do it. I think Zaha is a big miss for them today. I don't know if he's injured or it's tactical. I don't think it'll be tactical, but maybe he's up for being transferred somewhere, and so they've taken him out to avoid the risk of injury. If they had Zaha, they'd stand a better chance. But
yeah, I think City would be in trouble if Zaha was on.
Looking at the first half performance, Crystal Palace have got it in them to get a goal. So it could end up with Palace scoring, but I do actually think that City will win 2 or 3-0 or 2 or 3-1.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you very much for coming on again, Kent. I'm sure everyone loves you on the channel. Even the way he's put in the comments section, Kent is back, yay. We hope to have you on again. Thank you very much for coming on. We'll see you next time, Kent. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Don't forget to watch my show that there's a link to there.
Yeah, don't forget, on the last live. On the last live, one of Kent's shows, the radio shows he's done, he's there for you to watch. So go on the last live, go in the link in the description, click on the link, you'll see one of Kent's shows, and I'm sure they will be coming out as Kent does them as well. So thank you very much, Kent, and we'll see you next time.
Catch you soon. Bye for now, everyone.
I've got something to say, you should hear it. Oh,
Hello, welcome back. So that was our little interview with Kent CELAIN there at halftime. I hope you enjoyed that. It's good to have Kent, and I know you guys here at the channel do like having a celebrity in Kent CELAIN on the show. And second half is about to come up. I mean, in seconds. So we timed that perfectly, didn't we? We did really well there in bringing Kent back on the show. And second half is underway. So Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. They lead 1-0 at halftime. City, you're back. How do you predict the second half's going to go?
Oh, I think similar to what Kent said. I think Palace might have a goal in them, but I think we might get one more potentially. Maybe 2-1 finish.
And City have won an early free kick here. Gabriel Jesus has been absolutely clattered into by a Crystal Palace player. I'm not sure who it was. Gary Cahill.
Ooh, well, a lot in that, I don't think, really.
Bit of a 50-50 there, wasn't it? They both went for that.
Cahill, no, he didn't. He cleaned it out. He didn't look like it, but yeah.
No. City have got a free kick, and for everyone who's been listening, everyone's been listening. Please do, as you see on the screen now, subscribe to the channel. Please help support the channel.
It's a corner.
It's a corner for Manchester City. We're hoping to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the month, and if we did manage to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of next month, then it would be big celebrations here. And please do support the channel. City swinging a corner with Kevin De Bruyne, and it's cleared away. I mean, if we were to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month, then we'd probably do some sort of giveaway, maybe. Maybe a Manchester City shirt giveaway. And to add to that competition, we do something like you have to subscribe to the channel and send us a message on Twitter or Instagram or whatever to enter that competition. But that's if we hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you want that shirt giveaway, get working hard, get your friends subscribing, get your family members subscribing. Let's grow this channel. Let's create a bigger worldwide fan base here for the Manchester City fans. And we're in the second half now. Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. Still 1-0. City had a corner there, cleared away, and Zinchenko has given it away here to Ayew. And Kent agreed with you, actually, that Zinchenko is the weak link in the Manchester City side at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have a team full of superstars, can you? But you would like a bit better quality than Zinchenko at left back.
Ooh, that's a good ball by De Bruyne to Sterling. He's on the right-hand side now. Oh, he can go on his right foot, Sterling. Oh, and then he's dived in the box.
Well, it might have been a bit of something in that then.
I'm not sure. I think Sterling dived then. I thought it was a dive initially. Very silly from Sterling if he did dive, because he was in attacking position to shoot. Maybe he didn't back himself. Kevin De Bruyne is telling the players to calm down. I think it's because he's banking on VAR, picking out a penalty for Sterling there, but I'm not quite sure it's going to get given.
I presume the check's been done already, has it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing's come up.
Down in the box. I prefer Sterling, honestly, on the right-hand side, because he can go inside or outside, whereas this on the left-hand side, he's only looking ever to go.
I'm sure we'll get
inside.
another look at this penalty now.
Yeah.
Potential penalty, anyway. No, not enough.
No.
Not enough.
I don't think there's anything at all in that on Sterling.
There's a little touch on the back from Mitchell, just a slight hand, but not enough for him to go down.
That's a dive by Raheem Sterling. I think the frustrating thing is last time City played Palace at Palace, I'm pretty sure Wilfried Zaha got a penalty for something just like
similar,
that Sterling did on him, and he got a penalty for it. And it's very frustrating sometimes. I mean, we're 1-0 up, you can't complain, but if City were to draw or lose this game, you'd be looking at that decision and saying, well, if it was Wilfried Zaha, would he be getting that?
Yeah, would he be giving it, yeah.
City hopefully can be a bit more offensive in this second half. I know they don't need to. They are 1-0 up.
Yeah, but we don't want to see a Mourinho-style performance, do we? Definitely not.
Laway says, bye Kent, always nice to have you on. Thank you, Laway. And if you do want to see some of Kent's work, there is one video on a channel. The link in the last live stream's description. And
it's in this one as well, isn't it? It is in this one, I think. Well? Yeah, I had a look.
Yeah, so the link is in the description. Go over to Kent's video on his channel hosting Cruising Through the Music, a radio show for copyright-free music. And Laway said Sterling's also lucky not to get booked for diving. Very lucky. I thought it was a dive.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's either one or the other, isn't it, really? So surely if it's not a penalty, then it should be a dive, but it doesn't seem to be how they do things, does it?
No, definitely
not. At
the
the moment.
Depends what colour shirt you're wearing as well, I suppose.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford,
Salah, Mane, penalties for that.
Those four seem to be the worst. Oh, Pogba as well. He likes a tumble in the box.
Yeah.
I think Sterling's bad for it at times. I think he's poor for it at times. I don't think he needs to do it like then. Why did he need to dive in that position? Just shoot. I don't understand it sometimes.
He got stuck, didn't he? With defenders around him and just sort of tried to win a penalty. But he obviously felt some slight contact, but not enough for me anyway.
Here's Sterling on the right hand side. Walker back to De Bruyne, who's drifting in and out all over. Here's Sterling.
He's a bit more confident Sterling today. Taking people on and stuff, and a bit of trickery. Done well there, won a corner.
Laway says he's just subscribed to Kent's channel. Thank you very much, Laway. I don't think it is Kent's channel. I think it's the company he worked for that put up that video for him. They haven't posted many videos on YouTube. I think that's the only video they post on YouTube. But definitely go across and watch Kent's little radio show, Cruising Through the Music. I'm sure they will put up more videos if we ask for on satire broadcasts. But it's a corner by De Bruyne, being made to retake it. Lee Mason.
Yeah,
a foul on Stones.
Bit of pushing about. I think it's time to stop.
He's telling John Stones. I mean, not sure what Stones did really.
And they were both just pulling each other, weren't they? And Kale went down.
Another chance here to swing one in.
Needs to be a good delivery though. The last couple of corners have been awful.
De Bruyne swings one in. Fernandinho across. I thought he had that one in. McCarthy panics in the box and clears it away, and here's Zinchenko, the Gundogan. Oh, that's a good tackle on Gundogan. It's not a nice tackle, but it's a good tackle. I mean, what's that?
What's Gundogan expected to do there?
Milivojevic, he's thrown his leg in at a tackle. Gundogan's gone over his leg, and he's given a free kick to Milivojevic for making the tackle, which is an odd one.
What does he expect Gundogan to do there?
Oh, it's the roll.
It's not what he could have done there, though, is it? Momentum.
Gundogan is tackled, he falls over. Milivojevic falls over the falling Gundogan and wins his side a free kick.
Strange decision for the referee.
It is. And if you didn't hear us earlier on at the start of the video, please do follow our new Instagram at wearecity_MCFC. Go and give us a follow on the Instagram. It's just set up, and we'll be posting on there some things. And eventually, I'm sure we can have a We Are City TikTok. We can speak to our media team on that one and see what they decide on that. Here's Diaz. Oh, a beautiful sweeping ball by the Portuguese Van Dijk. Actually, Virgil van Dijk is just the Dutch Ruben Diaz.
Exactly.
Here's Fernandinho caught on the ball, but it's pass on the counter. That's poor from Fernandinho. Oh, Diaz. Class by Ruben Diaz. Gets his foot in there. Lee Mason involved there. Fernandinho really took him out. And City back in possession with John Stones, who's driving forward now. Andrew says he needs practicing on the penalties. I assume you mean Sterling. No, he's winning penalties, is this for Sterling?
Yeah, if you can't take them. Oh,
he's put a cross in here. Not a bad cross by Raheem to the back post, but
no,
not quite worked out. And for anyone new at the channel who's listening, and you're interested in FIFA 21, you're interested in PES 2021, the season update, then on our channel, we have a series with Manchester City, a Master League and a career mode for you to watch if you want to watch it. Please do go and watch it. Our first ever FIFA 21 upload currently has got nearly 6,000 views. So that shows you the quality it is. From a channel with only nearly under 500 subscribers to get 6,000 views in a video, you know it's good quality. So go ahead and watch our FIFA 21 videos. I'm throwing out the plugs now. I'm throwing them out. Here's Ilkay Gundogan. And he's driven the ball out for a throw-in for Crystal Palace. That's poor by Ilkay Gundogan. City not really been in the Palace half. It shows it there, doesn't it, really? A lot of the ball has been played through the middle of the pitch. Oh, yeah, ignore that. My thing was cut off, and I thought it said 13. It's actually 33.
still 58 in the middle, though.
Yeah.
So still more in the middle. Been a bit scrappy again.
It has, very scrappy this game. Gaeta picks up the ball. I don't know what's going on here. He's taking his time.
Oh, I don't either. Ooh.
Shots of Christian Benteke. Could he come on and make the difference for Crystal Palace today? Not scored in 14 appearances versus Manchester City.
Yeah, get him on.
The Belgian Wilfried Bony. Edison on the ball now. Edison pretty... I mean, I'd like to do Edison's job because half the time he does nothing.
No, he just stands there, doesn't he?
A couple of £1 million to do nothing. That's fine by me. Here's Diaz and he goes back to Edison. And here is Stones. Lowe says his phone battery's low, so he needs to charge it, but still going to watch the game. Yeah, no worries, Lowe. It's been good to have you again if you have to leave the stream. Please get your friends, get everyone you know to subscribe to the channel. Keep supporting the channel. You're probably our biggest supporter at the moment. And you've been here from the start, haven't you? I think the first stream ever. You're in that first stream we did. So thank you very much for supporting the channel. Here's Ruben Diaz. Driving forwards. He's got a little kick there, but he's got away with it. Zinchenko, can he cross the ball? No, he can't. It's a corner. I asked the question of Zinchenko and he answered.
It's one as a corner, hasn't he? So
one as a corner as Alexander Zinchenko, and it looks like Bernardo Silva's going to be the one to swing it in. It could be a short corner, or have they give up on Kevin De Bruyne putting these poor crosses?
Well, probably the latter.
Bernardo Silva stands over it to swing it in. He's got Ferran. Oh, Ferran Torres is back on the bench, which is a good thing to see. Swung in, and Diaz was throwing himself at that. Gundogan, well done.
Done well there.
Oh, Gundogan! Whoa! What a goal from Ilkay Gundogan into the top corner. It's a screamer. It's incredible. City 2, Crystal Palace 0.
Fernandinho then.
Fernandinho is doing the eagle celebration. What a goal!
I think he was taking the mick about the whole COVID celebration thing. I think.
Oh, was he?
He was telling him to get out, get far away from each other because they've been moaning, haven't they, about him celebrating.
Oh, yeah.
Good finish.
What a goal by Gundogan. Ilkay Gundogan curls one into the top corner. That's incredible. The keeper gives the deathliest scare to his defenders who stood off Gundogan there and allowed him to shoot. What a finish. He's been absolutely incredible, Gundogan, at the moment. I don't know if they VAR in this. How can they probably VAR in a yellow card for Gundogan for possibly hugging another City player. How disgraceful of him. The City lead by 2-0. What a goal. Oh, Gaeta's taking a chance here against Jesus. Very unlucky not to win it off him. It's a corner. Cahill plays it away. Crystal Palace. Confidence has been shot. They pass it back to Gaeta. What's the keeper doing? Oh, that's poor. He slips as well, I think.
Yeah, got away with one there.
He's very lucky that Cahill was there to look after him. Jesus unlucky not to win that because Sterling was just behind Gary Cahill. City lead by 2-0, but this is some performance now by City. A 2-0 lead. Crystal Palace are falling apart. Roy Hodgson looks into the distance, disappointed. Ooh, Diaz for a volley there. I was disappointed you didn't do the Spanish commentator.
I know. It didn't look like it was going in, though, did it? It didn't look like it was going in. I thought the keeper had a hand on it, but...
Here's MacArthur. Are you?
They're not out of it yet.
No, I think Palace are still... That's a good ball. Diaz is across and it's a good block by Ruben Diaz. City lead by 2-0 against Crystal Palace. What a goal, says Andrew in the comments. Exactly.
Foden's getting ready to come on.
Well, they're looking to finish. Pep Guardiola making an attacking substitution in 2021.
Making a substitution before the 60th, isn't it? A very shocking thing.
Phil Foden, who do you think is coming off? Bernardo, Sterling or Jesus?
Probably Bernardo. I presume he's not really done a lot, has he? He might take De Bruyne off. He might rest De Bruyne now.
Yeah, could be an idea.
For midweek, but...
Palace swing one in, it's cleared. Tompkins wins the header, Jesus. Jesus got to do better here. He's tried to run MacArthur. It's never going to happen. Silly by Jesus. He's a bit better clearing that one. 2-0 City lead Palace, and that is great for City. You move up into second place, did you say? If City were to
second at the moment, yeah. It will be now. There we go. Foden's coming on.
Crystal Palace.
Script instructions.
Down in 13th place, and you are right. It is Bernardo Silva who's coming off. And Palace are looking to the first. When you said before about Palace looking to be the first team to win away versus City and United in a single season since Liverpool in 2008-09. And Palace aren't gonna. Palace won't be completing that little record today.
I hope not. Now we're in 2-0.
Well, yeah, a bit confident for 60 minutes, but Ilkay Gundogan, what a goal that is!
Love the finish. Yep, up in second now. 2 points behind the leaders. With the game in hand.
Palace 2-0 down here. You said they're crumbling. They're all over the place. Palace have suffered 2 heavy defeats this season, haven't they? That 7-0 to Liverpool that we all remember, and they lost to Chelsea. Was it 5-0 as well to Chelsea?
Yeah, they conceded a few there.
Yeah, and despite that sort of
foul throw
by Kyle Walker, despite they picking up points against United, Spurs, and Arsenal, they have been prone to crumbling when conceding a few goals, and Palace have a throw-in because of that foul throw by Kyle Walker, which I'm surprised that Kyle Walker making that sort of mistake. An experienced fullback, he didn't seem to think it was.
It definitely was.
Oh, they've given it away. Sterling, Fernandinho, around the corner to De Bruyne. Here comes Kevin. Oh, Kevin De Bruyne. He's dancing past the challenges. Plays an incredible ball to Foden. Oh, and he slicks Phil Foden. Very unlucky Phil Foden. Kevin De Bruyne. Lad. Messi-esque on this right-hand side there, De Bruyne. Gliding past players. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne and Lionel Messi, if they ever were to play in the same team, it should be illegal.
They reckon he's got in PSG, don't they, now?
They'll kick City out of the league if they sign Messi. They'd do anything to stop City, wouldn't they, with Messi? Michel Platini, it's not him anymore, is it? Whoever the UEFA chairman is.
One of the dodgy ones, isn't it?
Be crying in his chair. And so would the La Liga head as well. The one who's got links to very nice organisations that believe in lots of nice things that, of course, we won't go into. But that man right there, I'm sure he will be very unhappy. He was the one who said Lionel Messi had a release clause in his contract and that he couldn't leave. Obviously, wanting to keep the sort of stars in his league now that Ronaldo's left as well. Here's Fernandinho out to Kevin De Bruyne. Fernandinho again, running things from the centre of the park. And De Bruyne has dropped in next to Fernandinho. And it's Ilkay Gundogan who's playing the furthest forward in the midfield.
Yeah, the attacking midfielder.
But yeah, he's really grown into this role of sort of not a false nine, but a centre forward, you'd say. You know, someone just plays just in behind the striker.
He's number 10,
Yeah. Diaz. Oh, what a ball into Jesus. Holds it up.
Shoot.
De Bruyne. He wants to shoot, De Bruyne. He does shoot. Oh, and it's just dipped past the goal of Gaeta. Very good chance. He was scrambling there, the keeper. He had Walker making an overlap as well. Ooh, there's some dip on that.
I think he had it covered, didn't he? But good effort.
It's the way De Bruyne seems to strike that with the dip.
Yeah, bending away from the keeper in that situation.
I would personally, I think if it goes to 3-0, get De Bruyne off, get Cole Palmer on a young
or
give him some game time.
I think Delap's on the bench as well.
Is he? Get him on. Get him on. He'd rough these lot up. But if Gary Cahill thinks he's a tough man, he'd meet the toughest 17-year-old he's ever met. Here's Fernandinho, De Bruyne. Oh, just classed by Kevin De Bruyne. He started to play now, De Bruyne, after those poor first minutes. And if you slag him off, this is what happens. He starts playing like this. Never write off Kevin De Bruyne. Here's Stones. He's taking a bit too much time on the ball there. Back to Walker, and Walker goes back to Ederson. He's getting the first few touches of the ball, really, in the second half, Ederson.
Yeah, he's not to do much, is he?
He wants to play centre half. Cleared away.
Wasn't a great pass.
No. I tell you what would be something quite interesting for the channel. Obviously, not possible at the moment, but some sort of co-op Master League. We used to always do that before COVID.
We can actually sit in the same room.
Yeah. If you guys want that, just leave a comment after in the live chat in the video. If you're listening, do you think we should do a co-op Master League on PES? We used to always do it on PES for whatever reason, and both play on the same team. And one year, I can't remember who we were, but we did have Ederson playing holding midfield.
Yeah.
he was absolutely class. I told you could do it. Where we were very experimental managers. We've had Thomas Partey at striker, Alvaro Morata, left winger.
Left wing. That was for Palace, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was for Crystal Palace. Andy Carroll's been at the Premier League top scorer under us.
We had West Ham, didn't we? And Mbappe, I think, at West Ham, didn't we, at one point?
Pogba, yeah.
Oh.
Zinchenko with a poor idea. But if you would like to see a co-op Master League, do let us know and we'll definitely bring that to you at some point.
Big Christian's warming up.
Benteke's coming on.
And Batshuayi as well.
Yeah,
Don't want him coming on.
Well, you know what? I remember him coming on for Chelsea last season and he was absolutely useless. Everything he took to City.
It's crap, but they tend to be the ones that score.
I think I remember that in that Europa League semi-final, United against Sevilla. And they said about, I think Luke de Jong come on. I remember thinking, he's rubbish. He scores against United. I'm thinking he's the best striker. The rubbish players tend to score, and we'll see what happens today if Batshuayi does come on and score for Crystal Palace and ruin City's great defensive record. Who will move up to 9 clean sheets if they were to get a clean sheet today, which beats Southampton because Southampton the one drawing with City on the 8 clean sheets, and they lost to Leicester, didn't they, today? Was it 2 or 3-0? So they've lost their little clean sheet record. But City have got 2 more substitutions. Palmer and Ferran Garcia, of course, back from.
Ooh. Well done,
away here. Here's Gabriel Jesus, little cut back inside. Nice. Gundogan. Zinchenko goes back. City going backwards. Can we get another one, City? I'd like to see another goal. Bit of excitement. Although that Gundogan goal was an incredible finish from Ilkay Gundogan. Here's Foden back to Gundogan. Him and Ilkay Gundogan linking up on this left-hand side. Gundogan back to Zinchenko and he goes backwards as well, I think, to Ruben Diaz, which he does. City are really keeping the ball, aren't they? Giving Crystal Palace not many attempts to shoot or even create a chance without the ball.
Chasing shadows there, Palace, at the moment.
Julie says Silky Ilky Gundogan in the comments. I'm not sure when she put that in. I assume after the goal. Here's Silky Ilky Gundogan. What a finish by him. And I'm starting to like him. I'm starting to really like Gundogan at the moment. Perhaps that's the worst thing I could possibly do because he's in a purple patch at the moment, but we'll see.
Yeah, is it just a bit of a good patch of form?
Yeah, I hope not.
No, I don't. I hope it's forever, but
we don't know. Maybe this role is what he's been missing, playing in this role. Oh, De Bruyne is intercepted. A loose pass. Raheem Sterling's in. He's got options. Or does he shoot Sterling? Instead, he's getting a big tackle. Big tackle by Milivojevic there. He's having a conversation with his team. If Sterling could have just moved the ball there, it would have been a penalty. He had no awareness, Sterling, that Milivojevic was coming in.
Cracking tackle.
Big tackle by Milivojevic.
Great tackle.
Sterling, all he had to do was turn his body there.
I know.
And Milivojevic could have been sent off if he had turned his body.
Great
two
tackle.
Big feet in there. Cross comes in from De Bruyne. Is it going to be a better one? Into Diaz with a header. Oh, John Stones. Oh, Stones. I told you. Goal for Manchester City.
Prime R9 up front.
John Stones. Well, I said he should have been on that free kick before. He's on a hat-trick, John Stones.
Oh, dear hell. He gets an hat-trick.
Diaz. Ruben Diaz with a bullet header. Saved by Gaeta. John Stones on his left foot.
Shocking defending from Palace, isn't it? They all just stood there, but great finish.
Gary Cahill. Great awareness there by Gary Cahill. John Stones finished it into the bottom corner.
Well, what would have been the odds on that at the bookies? John Stones' brace.
Even he can't believe it. John Stones is shown on screen. The smile on his face. He's got some new teeth as well.
Oh, Riedveld's coming on.
Riedveld, yeah. Ex-Ajax man. Came in when Frank de Boer was manager of Crystal Palace. For about 5 games.
Yeah, that's a successful period of 9 games and no wins.
To be fair to him, though, Crystal Palace have never played possession football.
No.
They were playing long ball under Allardyce, was it? And then the next minute they go, oh yeah, we're going to bring in this man and play possession football. He didn't have the players to do it, did he?
How did he even get the job?
He was good at Ajax.
I know, why would you go to Palace?
I think he thought he could make them a possession team, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mate, how can you play possession football with Christian Benteke?
No, you can't, can you? And that's centre-backs.
Put it into perspective. Imagine Pep Guardiola trying to play, prime Barcelona football with, I don't know, Wilfried Bony still at City. And, I don't know, I'm trying to think of centre-backs now.
Mangala.
Mangala and Savic at the back. It's just not going to happen, is it? No. Or Lescott. It's not going to happen. God. It's not going to happen. You can't play that sort of football. No doubt they're good players, but they suit a certain style. And De Boer was... I felt a bit sorry for him. I think he's currently the Holland manager, isn't he? Frank De Boer.
I don't know. I can find out. But
I think he's taken over from Ronald Koeman as the Holland manager.
Who's doing it? Barca.
But more importantly, John Stone's done a hat-trick. And if he gets a hat-trick, there'll be some good money on that. Some very good money on that.
He's the Netherlands manager at the moment.
Yeah. Manager of the Netherlands. Oh, Kyle Walker with a heavy touch there, but he wins it back, and then he's half asleep. So Fernandinho, when he passed it to him, straight to Riedewald, is Eze on the left-hand side. On the right,
can't see them getting back into this now. Not at 3-0.
Although McCarthy with a good football. To be fair to Palace, they're still actually trying to attack. They're not trying to damage limitations like a lot of sides do.
They haven't done all game. They've not sat behind the ball, have they? They have had a bit of a go, which is good, which has probably made it easier to break them down. But 2 subs coming on here, Cancelo and Torres.
2 very good substitutions.
Would have been nice to see one of the kids come on, but
I suppose he needs to get Varane back to full fitness.
Yeah.
After he's 10 days off with COVID or however long he's been off. Varane's coming on for Gundogan. I don't know what Pep's telling. And De Bruyne off for Cancelo.
Yeah, we said De Bruyne had come off, didn't we?
So I think João Cancelo is actually playing in midfield now, officially.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to, isn't he?
Because City are taking off they've took off Bernardo Silva who's a central midfielder.
Unless he's going to put
Gundogan who's a central midfielder.
He could put Zinchenko in midfield, couldn't he?
And De Bruyne is a central midfielder. So Fernandinho, the only recognised midfielder on the pitch at the moment, as well as you could say, like you said, Zinchenko. We'll see now. Although I wouldn't be surprised if João Cancelo was playing.
Yeah, I'd put him in midfield. He's been all right. He's practically been doing it for the last few weeks anyway. So Torres has given it away with his first touch.
Cancelo was in midfield with Phil Foden.
Well, that's good.
So City are now playing a 4 at the back the same as before the forward, but it's then Fernandinho, Cancelo, Ferran Torres and Foden in the middle, and then Jesus and Sterling up top. So a little 4-4-2 from Pep Guardiola is going to match Crystal Palace, although I haven't seen their 4-4-2 at all yet.
No. It's been a 4-5-1, pretty much.
Bit of a risky change as well from Guardiola, 3-0. You think you want to conserve that clean sheet?
Yeah, but Cancelo's a defensive midfielder, and he is a midfielder, so he'll get back and defend. So
he literally is playing holding midfield, João Cancelo.
It'd be nice.
He's a midfielder, isn't he?
Rest him. Yeah, it'd be nice to rest him and maybe bring Delap on or someone like that, but it doesn't seem to be Guardiola's way, does it, at the moment?
Ilkay Gundogan struggling with his mask. He can't seem to get the elastic round his ear. Yeah.
No.
He's still struggling. No, he's give up again.
He's
not sure what he's doing. I'm not sure what he's doing, Gundogan there. He's trying to get his mask on, but he can't. Zinchenko clears it away. Oh, it's a poor clearance.
Ooh, got away
Cancelo does
there.
really well. Really well, João Cancelo. Zinchenko. Oh, he is the weak link in the City side. He's playing dangerously, is Alexander Zinchenko. And here comes John Stones. Cancelo. He's just. I think he's a midfielder playing right back. He's too technically gifted to be a right back.
He's been all right in midfield, hasn't he, when he has played there?
Yeah.
So
I just think he's so good through the middle. Ball over the top by Fernandinho.
Yeah, not great.
Ward. Oh, Ward does well to. Oh, it's the corner flag and goes for a throw.
Boy.
Did well to even get that away, Joel Ward there. Zinchenko walks over for City for the throw into 3 substitutions that have been made. Gundogan's off. Kevin De Bruyne is off and Bernardo Silva's off for Ferran Torres. João Cancelo.
Resting for Villa.
Who was the other one? Phil Foden, of course.
Yeah, rest for Villa, and so I think.
Here's Townsend. Ball down the line. Diaz intercepts.
Well read.
He reads everything, does Ruben Diaz. Absolutely class. Absolutely class. City's best signing in recent years, you have to say.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a shame that Laporte's not getting picked, and him and Laporte at the back, I think, or even him, Stones and Laporte would be a nice back three.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like he's getting anywhere near the team anytime soon. I don't know if he's on the bench.
He's injured, apparently.
Again.
With Nathan Ake, who's apparently also injured.
He's just been injured since he joined the club, hasn't he?
Yeah. Not a good signing, Nathan Ake, 41 million. The Dutch international.
Not so far. But he's not. He's got time, hasn't he? But
he counts as an English player, so that's why he's at the club.
Yeah, well, he's homegrown, isn't he?
Yeah. Raheem Sterling on the ball on this right hand side now. 74 minutes played. City in cruise control at the moment.
I think this will be it now.
Yeah.
I think if a chance comes, they'll take it, but I don't think they'll be prying for one per se.
No. Here's Fernandinho. They may be looking for another goal from a set piece, in fact.
Yeah.
In very dangerous
Stones
set pieces.
trick.
I hope so. That would be a good one. Out to Raheem Sterling here. I think it was by John Stones. Sterling going to take on Mitchell. He's got Cancelo ghosting and who plays it back wide to Sterling. Bit of a heavy ball. And Sterling. Poor cross by Sterling. I think he was trying to win the corner there.
Yeah.
Knock it off Mitchell, which didn't quite work. Mitchell's give it away though to Fernandinho. Walker goes backwards to John Stones. Calmly done by City. In real control of this game now. All over Crystal Palace. Zinchenko out wide to Ferran Torres. It's good to see him back in the side. Hopefully he can get back to the form that he left the team in before his positive COVID test. He's in great form, wasn't he, really? One of City's best players.
He was doing well. He was looking good up front. He was up front as well, wasn't he? He was looking good.
As a striker, an unfamiliar position to him. Here's Fernandinho. Stones. Zinchenko out wide to Ruben Diaz. And City, they're slowing the game down now. And from a professional standpoint, this is a pretty good idea for City. Keep that clean sheet. Conserve the energy. Play the ball around. But from a viewer's point of view, it's not so exciting to watch at times. And they've given it away here. Fernandinho with a loose touch, though. This is exciting because Ayu's having an attack. Oh, he's danced inside. That could be a penalty. It probably will be a penalty, I think, for Jordan Ayew. He's gone inside John Stones, who's left a dangling leg. A little bit of a push-up by Fernandinho as well in the process. Cancelo turns and passes it. City might try and counter and score here to put a bit of pressure on the VAR of what to do.
It'll be getting looked at, won't it, I think.
I think Stones left a dangling leg there.
Potentially. I don't know. We can't hear the commentator, can we? Which is annoying, but to see what they're saying, I don't think it's going to get given.
No, it's Fernandinho. Taking the time anyway, and Fernandinho plays a really poor pass to the keeper. And the Palace players, no doubt, will go to Lee Mason now. Expecting a penalty. Sky are not showing the replay. The Sky do show the replay. Here he comes, Ayew. A little slurring, a really good run. No, there was nothing in that. Suspect. A really sort of winding run from, that's the word I'm looking for, winding run. In and out, weaving run, that's the one, between Stones and Fernandinho. And as he got between them, he just seemed to throw himself on the floor a little bit too easy. I don't know if, I thought initially it was the Stones tray and leg, but I don't think it was.
No, I think he just went down. I think he'd lost control on it. Yeah. Sort of went down.
Here's Fernandinho, Cancelo. Fernandinho took the poor touch for that attempt, but he got back and defended, so he did his job. I think that's the difference as well. If Fernandinho was to make a mistake, unlike Rodri, he's got the pace to get back in there.
Yeah, Rodri wouldn't have got back there quick enough. He wouldn't have been able to. Not that he wouldn't have tried, but he just wouldn't have been fast enough.
Here's John Stones. Out to Ruben Dias. Dias on the ball again. A little 1-2 with Zinchenko. Walker with his hands in the air, he wants the ball, but whether he'll actually do anything with it. And he does, he passes it forward, in fact, to Sterling on this right-hand side. Sterling, City have lost that sort of penetrative pass, bringing off Kevin De Bruyne, haven't they?
It's gone a bit slow on it.
Yeah, City are reluctant to pass forward. Stones is going to drive the team forward here. Stones, Sterling. Couple of live comments, I will read them out. Linda says, Super Stones, great for City and great for England that he's got his form back. Exactly, it is a positive for England. Andrew says, another Stones goal. Wow, another Stones goal, brilliant. Batshuayi is coming on for Crystal Palace. A little update for Andros Townsend. Linda also says, City back to scoring goals. Liverpool United's goals drying up. More good news, just need to win our games in hand. Good challenge, no pen. Looked dodgy at first glance. It did, but I think at second glance you are right. Once seeing that penalty claim again, it wasn't as poor. Well, it wasn't as much of a stonewall penalty as I thought it was when I initially saw it. So here's Kyle Walker, Cancelo, Fernandinho, just holding this midfield down, and it's Ayew's gone on the right hand side now. Batshuayi up top, a bit of an attacking change from Y, but whether it's going to help Crystal Palace at this point when they're 3-0 down already,
can't see it personally, but.
Ferran Torres unlucky there. Battle for the ball, but he's lost it. Is MacArthur, and Ferran wings it back.
Get up.
MacArthur on the floor though. Here's Riedewald to Joel Ward. Batshuayi. Good touch by Batshuayi, and then into MacArthur. He's got space on that left hand side. He's run into a gap and he's had to play it backwards.
That's what he's in there to do, Batshuayi. I think he just hold the ball up.
Yeah. I think they want him more of a focal point. I think Benteke would do a better job than that. I just think his first touch and his movement isn't going to be good enough if Palace are going to nick him.
No. They've not looked like scoring, have they, really, all game? They've often puffed, haven't they? But they've not really done a great deal.
Here comes City, though. It's Ferran. Oh, what a ball by Ferran.
Oh, unlucky.
His quality of cross, Ferran Torres, and pass is a real sort of positive to his game. And I was actually listening to Luis Enrique, the Spain manager, who said that Ferran Torres, it's his quality on the ball, his passing and his crossing that really makes him think he got to play for Spain, and he is very impressive. So of course City had a choice, I think, between Ferran Torres and Mikel Oyarzabal of Real Sociedad. Oyarzabal, a different sort of player.
He's more of a scorer, more of a goal scorer.
Yeah, more of a goal scorer, than Ferran Torres is. Gets in the box a little more. But Ferran I think he was one of City's top scorers actually before
before the COVID.
Yeah, I think he was one of City's top scorers in all competitions, and he has been really impressive for City this season. City just playing this game out now professionally. Diaz has got a real good ball.
Lovely ball
on his right foot. Those little swinging balls to the opposite flank. I think it's his balls along the floor he needs to work on slightly.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Eze.
Walker. I
thought that was a very dramatic dive from Eze, though.
It was, but It's poor from Walker to give the ball away. Gundogan's still not sussed out to put his mask on properly yet.
He's just holding it up to his face. Here's Gundogan's goal. Show us the goal, Sky. We don't need to see all these angles.
No, these little like painted camera angles almost.
Good finish by Gundogan though.
Yeah, it was.
A top player. Okay, he's turning into a first name on the team sheet at the moment, isn't he? Along with the likes of De Bruyne and Stones and Diaz. I can't see City playing their midfield at the moment without a Gundogan in there.
No, he's been really good, hasn't he, the last few games? Goal scoring, getting assists. He's all in all, his general play has been really good. Looking forward more and not giving it away.
A goal-scoring midfielder is something City have lacked. In times of old, City have had two creators in De Bruyne and David Silva that were, they create the chances for the strikers. And with City not really having a goal-scoring finisher up top, to have a goal-scoring midfielder like Ilkay Gundogan, which the side doesn't have, brilliant by Ferran Torres. He's absolutely sponged Joe Ward there. And Ward just pulls him down. But that Gundogan bringing that to his game and being a goal-scoring midfielder is something City lack. And I think the only thing I worry about is Gundogan, what is he, 30-odd now? 31 years old. It's maybe just be... Sterling's doing really well here and he's won a corner for his side. I think City need a goal-scoring midfielder to replace him. If that's the case, there's not many goal-scoring midfielders out there, is there?
No.
Bruno Fernandes you could consider a goal-scoring midfielder. I don't see him... I know he's a creator, but I see him more as... The penalties help, don't they? But he's a goal scoring midfielder. He's someone he's in the box and he can sort of
Van der Beek's
Van der Beek's very much a goal scoring midfielder. I thought when United signed him, he's the sort of player. If City was for whatever reason, if City couldn't play Gundogan, didn't have Gundogan, who'd replace him in that goal scoring midfield role? Van der Beek is one of them. One that is playing really well, and maybe another Bruno Fernandes story is Pedro. I think it's Goncalves in Sporting Lisbon, who has scored something like 8 goals. Oh, Foden's in here. Oh, he's tried to chip the keeper. He's scored something like 8 goals in as many games, I think, for Sporting Lisbon this season. A goal-scoring midfielder, plays in just behind the striker.
One for the future, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's only about 20 years old. Another Bruno Fernandes story, you could say. He actually played for Wolves, and they sold him because he wasn't good enough. And I think he has been likened to the sort of... People are saying he's like Dries Mertens, but he is a midfielder. That sort of false nine sort of player.
little nippy sort of kind of player, yeah.
So
and
maybe...
it's a good thing to have because it's another threat going forward that, the opposition have got to watch out for, isn't it? So
yeah, no doubt he'll be... City scouts will have picked him up. If I've picked him up, City scouts must have picked him up now. Pedro Goncalves, I think his name is Gonçalves. The Portuguese 22-year-old, playing the wing as well. A very versatile player who probably cost a fair fee.
There seems to be some good players Sporting Lisbon though, don't they?
Yeah, and City do have some sort of agreement with them, in fact, to have first dibs on the players. And they said no to Bruno Fernandes, unfortunately. Fortunately, I think Bruno Fernandes would struggle at City because he's not a possession-based player.
I don't know. He's still a scorer though, isn't he? And he can create things. It'd have been nice to have him in there with De Bruyne.
Well, I read that City's problem with him was his ability to retain possession. He gives the ball away a lot. Now,
he does give the ball away a lot
because he's trying to make things happen, and City don't always want that in a player. And City trying to see out the last 5 minutes now, 85 minutes played, 3-0 up against Crystal Palace. City move up into second position in the league, and if they are to win that game in hand, do they go top?
Yeah, they will do. But it's Everton away, the game in hand, so it's not an easy game. But
City going top of the league, that would be very interesting.
It's going to be an interesting title race. I think there's 3 or 4 teams in there: United, City, Liverpool, Leicester potentially. That are in for the running, so it's going to be an interesting end to the season. Well, they're about halfway through now, so it should be interesting. Hopefully,
Edison plays a sweeping ball out to Zinchenko. Ferran Torres is in there again, and he's fouled again. Ferran Torres. I don't know how the referee Lee Mason hasn't seen that. Ferran Torres wins the ball off Ward. He's then grabbed and pulled with him as the Palace player wins the ball back, but the referee judges that to be fair play for whatever reason. And Ward has injured himself, I think, has he? He is, he's limping.
Looks to be hurt.
Only himself to blame. Roy looks on. Unhappy.
They've certainly had a go, haven't they, Palace? But
Yeah,
they've
at least
not
they've had a
created
go.
anything. I don't think they've had a shot on target, but they've had a bit of a go, haven't they? They've not just sat behind the ball, which is good.
Oh, it's been better to watch than the side who sits
Yeah.
behind the ball.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we seem to struggle to break teams down, don't we? But
Palace keeper's very confident on the ball. Ferran. That's got to be
surely
a foul. It's got to be a foul.
Just on the edge of the box.
I think it's a bit too close, this one. A bit too close.
Yeah, difficult these ones, aren't they, to get them up and down. Maybe try and slide it under the wall.
Ferran Torres has a real good ability of holding the ball up, getting his body between the man and the ball.
Did well to get back on side as well.
Sterling has overruled Phil Foden here, who picked up the ball and said, I want this. And purely because of Sterling's...
puts it nowhere near where the referee's marker is.
I think the referee's told him to move it. Raheem Sterling has overruled Phil Foden purely on, I'd say, experience.
Yeah.
But
I'd like Foden to have a go here, why not? But this is not easy, this, unless he's going to try and sort of wrap it into that keeper's bottom left. That'd be the way to do it.
Well, after seeing Sterling's penalty against Brighton, and that ended up in Rosehead, I'm not confident Sterling's going to do anything with this one. But it'd be nice for him to score, get a bit of confidence for him. Here comes Raheem Sterling on the free kick. Sterling with wow! Well, I take it back. 4-0 Manchester City. Sterling puts it in the top right-hand corner. The top left-hand corner, the keeper's side, the right-hand side, you look at it.
Told you, didn't I? That's where it'd be going.
Oh, well, the keeper takes a step to his right, doesn't he?
Good free kick.
What a free kick by Raheem Sterling.
Some good goals there.
I have. Raheem Sterling, from the free kick, puts it in pretty much on top of the keeper in the top right-hand corner. Gaita makes the fatal mistake as a goalkeeper. He gambles, he takes that step to his right-hand side, and Sterling puts it in the top corner. Wow. What a finish by Sterling.
Good finish.
Corner there.
Good end to the game.
What a finish.
Is there one more in the tank?
Well, it could be here. Phil Foden's bursting away. Here comes Foden. Crossed it into Jesus. Takes it down. Good footwork. Good footwork. Good footwork from Jesus. He's just got to be not so greedy. He's done well. He's passed it. Is Ferran. Looking for the pass to Sterling. Ferran. Oh. Jesus wants to hold it up for Ferran. City are hungry for goals here. Sterling. Good from dead ball situations at the moment. Unless they're on the penalty spot.
Yeah.
This attack breaks down. Chance for Crystal Palace to attack. But City look hungry for goals. And that's good to see.
It's good to see.
It's Foden again. Foden again. That's handball by Joel Ward. Unintentional handball by Joel Ward, but it allowed him to control it. Eze, beautiful touch.
He's looked alright when he's had the ball, looked lively.
Yeah, I think he's been a bit on his own, hasn't he, really, for Palace today. And City play Aston Villa next, which is a tough one. Not going to be as easy as the game against Palace. And then
soon.
West Brom away, which also might be a tough one. Sam Ellis' side. Sheffield United at home should be an
easy win.
Burnley away, another hard place to go, Turf Moor.
And then Liverpool away.
Linda says she wanted Foden to take it as well, but apologies, Sterling. Yeah, never doubt Raheem Sterling. they say never doubt him. His numbers look good, but you put him in a one-on-one sitter. Where was it in Germany? And he'll put it wide and knock you out of the Champions League. But he scored a lot of important goals as well. So
yeah, he's just not in a good patch of form at the moment. No. Confidence-wise, I don't think.
It's like summing up Sergio Aguero's full Manchester City career by that performance away at AS Monaco. And you say he's rubbish, but obviously he's not. He just had one bad game. 2
minutes of added time. Been added on. Good. We don't want loads of added times. Get this game done now.
Yeah. And on to the next one, which will be our next stream.
Aston Villa Wednesday night.
Aston Villa on Wednesday night. Is it 8 o'clock kickoff?
No, it's 6 o'clock on Wednesday.
6 o'clock on Wednesday night.
6 o'clock on Wednesday. We're early for once.
Early, so you'll be able to listen to us. Tune in again for Manchester City versus Aston Villa.
Yeah, 6 o'clock kickoff. I don't know what channel we're on. I presume it's on BT.
Yeah.
Because it's not showing on Sky, so.
We will be here again. And with 1 minute left of the game, I've got to ask you, who is your man of the match today?
Oof, I'm going to have to say Stones, you know.
Stones. He's just popped up on Sky as man of the match.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say Stones. He scored 2 goals. He's defended well. He's passed well. So, yeah, I have to say Stones.
I agree. John Stones has been absolutely incredible. Julie says Raheem needed that goal, a good confidence boost. Exactly. Raheem did need that goal. And yeah, on John Stones, my man of the match as well. Absolutely fantastic performance again from John Stones. City got a free kick. Cancelo swings one in. Ooh, it could be 5, but Diaz can't get the end of it. But yeah, John Stones incredible. I mean, 2 goals for a centre-back. The way he's played today, calm on the ball. At the moment he's kept Palace out. A colossus at the back, him and Ruben Diaz. And 2 of the most, I think, at the moment, underrated players in the league. People have got to start, saying, you know what, these 2 guys are just unbelievable. You know what I mean? I think at the moment, on form, purely on form, I mean, not over longevity, but they've got to be up there with Virgil van Dijk. You know, at the moment, they're performing on the level Virgil van Dijk did.
They're arguably the best centre-back pairing in the league at the moment on current form.
Yeah. So. But that is full time, however. Manchester City.
Up to second.
4 goals scored. John Stones with the brace. Oh, I played a little goal celebration there. Goal for John Stones, yeah. But yeah, so if you are watching the stream, of course, subscribe. Put that notification bell. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell their friends and family, tell everyone to subscribe to the channel. And as we do when we finish a game, just before we let you go, we're going to do a little player ratings. And all best football games is 6-2 in real life. I think you mean the little FIFA predicts that we did.
Yeah, I mean, it was right in terms of the deficit, wasn't it? 4 goals.
Gary Ramsden said, I nearly went for 4-0 like I did versus Brighton Arwell. My prediction of the season, the title for City. I hope so, Gary. It's looking like City are very much in a title race. And at the start of the season, we were thinking, are City in a top 4 race? The fans weren't so confident. But yeah, player ratings, we'll start with Edison. Not that you need to rate him.
I'd just give him a 6.
6?
He did all right, didn't he, when he got the ball and passed it off, but he didn't have to make a save, so...
No, the back 4, Kyle Walker.
Probably again a 6. I don't think he did much. He didn't really need to do anything.
No.
Just solid.
John Stones.
Got to be a 9 on it. 2 goals, 9, clean sheet. Played well.
Incredible performance from John Stones, man of the match. Ruben Diaz.
7.5, I'd say.
7.5, not as impressive as Stones.
No,
Stones did so.
He did well, didn't he? He intercepted quite a few and did well, but he didn't really have to do much.
Alexander Zinchenko at left back, probably the weakest link in City's side, but
probably give him.
I think he was good enough.
I'd give him a 5.5. I think he gave the ball away a few times, didn't he? And but he didn't have a great deal to do again.
No, Fernandinho in the middle of the park.
Give him a 7, I think. 7. I think he did well. Again, quite a quiet game for him, but...
He's the linchpin in the City side to me. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell a difference when Fernandinho plays. Ilkay Gundogan?
Definitely. Ooh, an 8, I'd say. 8.5.
I think he was very good, yeah. And that wonder goal he scored as well.
Oh, it was lovely.
Kevin De Bruyne made everything happen, didn't he, really?
Yeah, some poor crossing. But yeah, probably a 7.5, 8 again. Did well.
Bernardo on that right-hand side?
A 6.5. Didn't really do a great deal, did he?
Yeah, quiet today. But the same for Jesus, I'd say. Gabriel Jesus up top.
Yeah, definitely.
Also quiet. He held the ball up well at times and laid it off, but just not too impressive. Raheem Sterling on the left-hand side?
7. I think that goal just boosted him up. I would have given him a 6.5, but because he scored, give him a 7 again. Yeah. Not a very good game from him, really. No, I think he was a bit disappointing, but good goal.
And then the substitutions, Phil Foden?
6.5. I think he looked lively when he came on. I just had a couple of little darts in behind.
Yeah. Ferran Torres?
I don't think he really got enough of the ball to be able to make a decision on him, to be honest. No.
And then who was the other one? João Cancelo again. I didn't really see much João Cancelo.
No.
But that's it. A 4-0 win for City. They're on 35 points now with 17 games played. Manchester United on 37 points with 18 games played. So City would jump Manchester United to top of the table.
Big chance.
By 1 point if they were to beat Everton in that
game in hand.
The game in hand, although I don't know when the games in hand will be played and whether the game in hand... The United play in midweek as well?
Yeah, United play midweek against Fulham.
Right, so everyone's playing at the same time. Yes, they'll have to fit that game in at some point. But it's positive news for City. As a City fan, where do you think City go from here? Are you starting to believe that City are maybe, just maybe, the ones that are favourites for the title now?
I think we're always one of the favourites for the title, but it seems to be getting a bit better, doesn't it now? More so than if you'd have asked me that 6 weeks ago, I'd have gone. But, seeing the last couple of weeks, we're starting to get a good run of form together and actually getting results. So I think it's anyone's for the league this year.
Yeah.
I think it's anyone's.
There's so many teams tight at the top, isn't there, that it can be between them all. And, football, we've always said, changes very quickly. In 2 weeks' time, City could be down in 6th place if they were to lose a few games. It could be Aston Villa at top of the league. It can change so quickly. I think if anyone was going to do a Leicester, I think this is a good year to do the Leicester. The team's not fully there, and the circumstances changes, no crowds and things. I think it's definitely the type of year to do a Leicester for maybe like an Aston Villa or someone like that. Nearly relegated last season and win the league this season. And City, of course, play Aston Villa next on Wednesday, 6 o'clock kickoff. So we will be live on this channel about 5:30. I think. Do I leave it there?
Yeah, I think we've done enough, haven't we? I think that's been a good one again.
So thank you very much for watching an exciting game, a 4-0 win for Manchester City against Crystal Palace, and City are now on course for winning the Premier League title. Could they do it? You tell me. Please do the usual. Go over to our Twitter, give us a follow at WeAreCityMCFC. Go out to our new Instagram at WeAreCity_MCFC. Subscribe to the channel as you see on screen now. Subscribe, please subscribe. It helps the channel so much. We want to hit 500 before the end of the month, and we want to hit 1,000 by the end of February. And if we hit 1,000 by the end of February, we're doing a giveaway, a shirt giveaway. If one of you guys will throw your names all into a little wheel, spin it, and one of you will win a Manchester City shirt. But we have to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of February. It's a big task. It's taken us 2 months, has it? 3 months to hit the 500. Months. So can we do it in 1 month? You tell me. We're growing now. We want to see it. So thank you very much for watching. It's goodbye from me.
And me too.
And we'll see you next time.